It's working. It's working. All right. It's working. All right, guys. What's up, man? My name's Ollie, aka the Mizster Method. Well, it's a real authentic game. Bear me when it comes to the technical difficulties, but we're here, man. We're here. We're live and we're running. Now, for those that don't know who I am, I speak real authentic game. I teach you guys attraction, comfort, seduction, all the elements you truly need to start winning this game of love and romance that we play with these women. Man, today's video, I want to break down the interview. I want to break down this interview about the red pill. And I think it's important that I put my spin on it because there's a lot of guys that are learning from the wrong people. Now, what I say today might offend some of you, it might not offend a lot of you, but at the end of the day, I'm just here to give you my spin on things, okay? So we're going to start the interview and then we're just going to go. I'm going to pause and add my sauce, as it were. And yeah, let's begin.
Okay, we're starting.
Actually, before I start, shout out to my boy, Ezo Drips, for supplying the merch today. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. For decoration purposes, the candle of the evening is by Yankee, and it's vanilla. And the scent of the evening from the house of Maison Margiela Jazz Club. If you really want to get the guts watery, boys, I suggest you buy this. It's an investment, but you're going to get them guts dripping. Okay, right, let's go.
All right. So, here we are. You asked for it out there, guys. You got it. They say, give the people what they want. I feel like that's about exactly what we're about to do today. Give the people what they.
All right. So I'm going to give the people what they want. No homo. Now, listen up. First of all, a lot of you guys will probably know who Just Pearly Things is and Hafiz, who's from The Roommates. Now, Just Pearly Things blew up basically last year, I would say. And no shade or love, but from when you listen to women about dating from the perspective of a man, you've already lost. Now, don't get me wrong. She's good at what she does, but she regurgitates what she does, okay? The ideas that she puts forward are the same ideas that guys will put forward. However, why has she blown up? She's blown up because she's a female, because she has breasticles. And that's all I'm saying.
Here on Valuetainment. Quick introduction. Welcome to Saucecast. This is the sexiest financial show in the world. This is where finance meets romance. Okay. And today, it's not about me. It's not about even these guys right here. It's about the audience. The audience has been asking to have Pearl and Hafiz round two. I feel like it's like
every female dating coach that you watch on YouTube is massive. Why are they massive? Because the world is run by simps. Because they're female. That's all it is. If I had breasticles and I slapped top makeup and my chest was out every day and my legs were showing, I think I would be on 1 million subscribers as well. That's all I'm saying.
Apollo Creed, Rocky out here. I know but I don't even think it's that much beef. I feel like the people want it. So on this show, the basic premise is to have discourse. We want to have conversations. 90+% of our audience are men, so we want to help men improve their status. We want to see men get paid, laid, and do it their way. This is what we do.
That's typical. 19% of men are beta. 90% of men. Did you hear what he said? The host again. Already, I can't take him seriously. Looks, money, status. Did you hear him? Shocking.
Here, but on today's episode, for those of you that are tuning in, thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys.
Give a like. I think
we always say at the
beginning of episodes, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
And ring that notification
ring
bell.
that notification bell.
Subscribe.
So I thank you for that. I feel like on this episode, I'm here for one reason: to be an innocent bystander moderator and let you guys have an open discourse. If at any point I'll chime in with questions, if someone starts talking too much, I'll say, "Hey guys, all right, cool, let the other person speak." All good. But I'm like a fly on the all right. I'm like a fly on the wall to have for Pearl and Hafiz to have this conversation. This is something I think that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
I think this is something that you wanted to do. You're like, oh, Pearl's in town. I'm on my way. So this is great. By the way, if you're not familiar with these two, you're just logging in, subscribing. Thank you for being here. Subscribe to Valuetainment. Subscribe to Valuetainment Money. Pearl, YouTuber. A lot call you the face of the red pill for women these days. You host a show. You're based in London. Host a show called the.
Did you hear what I said? I hope you're listening. Did you hear what she said? The face of the red pill. From when you say the face of the red pill is a female, you're finished. But when, I mean, you know my thoughts on the red pill. I think the red pill has some good things and some bad things, but when the host openly says a female is the face of the red pill, that is disrespectful to everybody that came before Just Pearly Things. Disrespectful. What about all the big guys in the game? What about the Rolos of the world, the Donovan Sharps of the world, guys that have been on YouTube forever? Todd V. I could name them all. Playing with fire. These guys, even you could go as far to say as Fresh and Fit up until COVID. It's just terrible. Absolutely shocking. And Just Pearly Things. If you see this video, why have you not sourced the only Donny here from UK that actually knows real authentic game? I've seen too many of the guys on your show. And I'm not sending for you because it's all love, no shame. And I respect what you do. But when Donny's on your show, we're talking about body count this and body count that, they know nothing about females. They know nothing about game. Because at the end of the day, you can't prove how many guys she slept with. Secondly, it doesn't matter how many guys she slept with prior to you. She's always going to lie. She's never going to tell you the truth. Scientifically, you can't prove it. So Donnies that talk about body count know nothing about game. Your language exposes you. Please get me on your show so that we can talk real game. And that's all I'm saying.
Game. It's 3 days a week, I want to say.
Even
4 days a week. 4 days a week. Who's counting? And the one thing I know about Pearl is you are the anti-feminist.
Tragic.
Yeah, I would say that's an accurate description.
Okay, well there it is. Hafiz, my dude in the house.
Brother.
He started off. You know him from the Roommates. Obviously, I think your premise is you want to help men, everyday men, just improve their life and get better. And I think part of that is you started the Standard,
Yes, sir. Yes,
which
sir.
you know it's a community. It's a clothing.
It's a Standard. Oh, it's a brand. Okay, fair enough, bro. I heard his laugh earlier. Hope he doesn't laugh around girls like that, bro. He's not getting dickin'. He's not getting dickin'. He's not getting guts.
Line.
Yeah,
It's just about raising your standard,
of course.
right? So before we get started, I got a whole list of questions. I have a whole list of topics. We're gonna go through red pill, role of a man, role of a woman, feminism, marriage, divorce, body count, sex, and of course money. Is there anything? It's almost like touch gloves right now. Is there anything you guys just want to say real quickly before we get into this? Ladies first.
Real quick, listen. Should Pearly Things be there if it's a man discussion? I'm not trying to be sexist. I'm just saying, don't get me wrong, there are great female coaches out there. And there are some that I've spoke about on my channel before. Great ones that can actually see it from the male point of view. But when you, or the average guy, should I say, doesn't know what they're doing. Secondly, you listen to what a female says. And then on top of that, you take everything she says personally, and you actually think that she can coach you from the male point of view to help you get females. Once you think like this, you've already lost. There's no way in life. She can't tell you how to act as a man, being a man. It doesn't make sense. But yet they blow up. They blow up. They're always at the top of the mountain. I don't get it. Well, I do get it. because they're female and they're attractive, right? And they have breasticles. It shows so long as you can see my nipples, so long as you can see my breasticles through my shirt, everyone's gonna love you. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It should be a man talking to a man. But we'll see.
You want to just say a quick introduction? Anything you want to say? Go ahead.
No, not really. I mean,
That's such a
let's get right
no.
to it.
Okay.
I don't look it. Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube. Just other things.
promotion.
I will say, thank you to Hafiz for coming out. He flew all the way out there.
Just all for you, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people wouldn't take it with how it blew up. So I do think it's admirable that you came out.
Of course.
I'm not trying to mug off Hafiz, but automatically, who's in the power position, guys? Who's pulling the strings already? The female already. Thanks, Hafiz, for coming out. I didn't think you was gonna come. Wow, already.
Anything you want to say or establish or set the ground rules or anything like that?
Of course. Nah, first and foremost, man, I just want to thank Adam, man. Adam's my guy, for facilitating this conversation. I think what we need more in today's society is conversation. I also want to shout out Pearl for being willing to have this conversation. I think sometimes when there's misunderstandings and miscommunications, it's very easy to like kind of demonize the other side. But to be willing to continue to talk, that's very admirable of you. And I'm very excited about the conversation today. So Pearl, thank you so much.
That's awesome. Respect. And again, I'm here to help establish open discord. Are there going to be things you agree upon? Sure. Are there going to be things you disagree upon? That's all good. This is what we do here. And at the end of the day, the whole premise of a debate isn't to establish, who won or who lost. It's not about that. It's what the audience can take from this. Yeah. So Malik, if we can turn Hafiz up a little bit, because I just want to make sure that his audio is good. So let's just start off with probably the question everybody's asking is, so last time you guys had a conversation, it turned in from a conversation to a dialogue. Some call it a debate. Very spirited, a lot of opinion.
Bro, can we get a new host? This guy's a snore. Bro, I thought I spoke slowly. Man, you gotta put me to sleep.
Who won, who lost, person got triggered, this, that, the other.
Man, get to
Some
it.
person was like gaslighting the other. So a lot of people say that, Hafiz, you got triggered in this situation, and then maybe you were condescending to Pearl. These are what people are saying, okay? But I also know that you're a very emotional guy. Like, you wear your heart on your sleeve. You're passionate. So I feel like some people don't maybe not know that about you. Even like behind the scenes, you're like, yo, what up, bro? Like, that's you. Yeah. So having passion is a great thing. So let's start with you. If you can kind of give a summary of what you think happened last time, what do you think happened? And then what would you want the haters to know about what happened?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing that I was not going into it thinking of a debate. Pearl reached out to me about doing a collaboration, and so there was no winner. Like, I wasn't trying to win or anything like that. I think there was a lot of miscommunication. I think there was a lot of misunderstanding. I think a lot of us talking over one another, and so I'm really hoping that today we can be able to clarify those things. But I just feel like the previous conversation was just one big miscommunication on both sides.
Gotcha. So what would you say to the haters that were like, "Nah, that's it, Hafiz, I thought I liked you, but nah, that's it." Like any of those guys. I mean,
hey. You got haters, guys, in life. There's always going to be haters. Your haters are your biggest fans in disguise. And if you have haters and they're still watching you, bro, and they still badmouth you, bro, well, you know what? They're watching you. They're admiring you from a distance. And if it's bothering you, bro, tell them to fuck off.
Listen, if you don't have haters, you're not doing something right. Yeah. So don't worry about that. But what would you say to those people who are kind of talking smack about you?
The reality of life is that all people can do is try their best to represent themselves. People, when the late Kevin Samuels passed away, I said people aren't who they are on their best days, neither are they who they are on their worst days. They are who they are on most days, which is a human being trying their best. And so my desire is, I'm not here to change anybody's mind. Yeah. Whatever you believe.
Oh, I like it. No homo. Yeah, it's fair. Bro, at the end of the day, do what you have to do. It's you versus you. And don't tell me about me on my good day, me on my bad day. Bro, I don't care. Just do what you need to do daily. Yeah? Love the man you see in the mirror 100% and do what you need to do daily. That's it.
You believe about me, but I'm just here to simply communicate to help the most men possible, because end of the day, what matters the most in today's conversation is men winning. So that's what it's all about.
Love that. So,
Hey,
Pearl,
wait, did I talk over you in that conversation?
In regard to
No, you said we talked over each other. Did I talk over you?
so in regards to the conversation, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's the first low blow. That's the first cheap shot she's dropped, yeah? She knew what she was doing, it was calculated. Did I overtalk you? Huh? The last one? Did I overtalk you? Possibly not. But she knew what she was doing. Again, leverage. Just jabbing a little bit. Interesting. Interesting. Hey, I see this. Bro, I would have humbled her quickly. Hey, Paul, that was last time. This is today. Let's focus on today. Let's focus on now.
I haven't went back and rewatched it, but I did know there's a lot of miscommunication. But I think the biggest thing is that we're here today.
That's such a politically correct answer. I didn't watch it back. That's a lie. Of course you watched it back. Also, there wasn't miscommunication. Sometimes you say things wrongly the first time, which means that's the way that you meant to say it. Don't try and backtrack now, bro. We ain't rookies in this game. We ain't rookies here.
To be able to move forward, and that's what I really want to focus on.
So my question to you is, so give me your perspective. What happened? What did you expect to happen? Like, and then what in reality, what did happen? Give me your expectations versus reality.
Yeah, I actually expected to agree with you on most stuff. I didn't expect it to be a debate at all either. I just found it hard to like get a word in, to be honest. And a lot of times I would try to talk, and I didn't really. I felt like I couldn't talk on my own show.
Well, listen, I mean, shout out to what we're doing here.
Yeah.
This is why you have a moderator and an arbitrator and a host to make sure that we have equal opportunity to speak. So you're going to have just as much time as Hafiz to speak today. So you go. What did you want to say last time that you weren't able to say if you're saying that he was speaking over to you? What do you think?
I would say I was more of a question. Would you say, so you said you don't disagree, or you disagree with the red pill's description of marriage. I was just curious why.
Okay. So why do I personally disagree with the red pill and then disagree with marriage?
Okay, before he goes on his ramble. Yeah, most RP guys think Donnie should always be single, just dig guts, knock them ankles loose, put dick in mouth, put bitches to sleep daily. But in realities, bro, the realities are one day you're going to fall in love, one day you're going to want to settle down, one day you might want to have children, one day you might want to give someone a contract, one day you might find a good one for you. So I think it's important that regardless of whether you're RP aware or you're gamed up, that your brain always remains intact. And so long as you can always control your emotions, bro, and you don't get pussy whipped, you'll be okay. But the issue is, RP Donnies, they get brainwashed. This is a mad thing.
For anybody watching this, one of the
wait, because can I ask one more thing? I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry.
good.
I'm
You're
sorry.
good.
I know I cut you off.
Go ahead, yeah.
But like, do you think that what they're saying about the laws is untrue?
No.
Okay.
No, 100%. For anybody watching this today, I'm gonna be trying to quote as many statistics as possible. My desire is to present the information that people can do with it whatever they want. So if you
my issue with Donnies that are heavy on statistics is they don't have real life receipts, which means real life experiences. Donnies that are very quick to say 20% of women this, 100% of women that. Bro, are you actually in the streets, bro? Are you actually running numbers like the normal people? Or are you just theory? Doesn't make sense, bro.
If you guys go to the Roommates YouTube channel, go to the community tab, there's going to be statistics that I'm going to quote. I want people to criticize it, scrutinize it, pick it apart, because at the end of the day, it's about the information that helps men. So Natalia, if you don't mind, can you go to the document that I shared you, data for men, about marriage benefits for men? So the first thing that I've heard communicated is that marriage has zero benefits for men. And if it's true that marriage has zero benefits for men, that's true, and we need to talk about that. But according to statistics in a Harvard study, there are many benefits in marriage for men. For example, married men have lower mortality rates. Married men have lower depression rates, lower Alzheimer's.
Bro, listen, depression, Alzheimer's, mental health starts by you loving yourself 100%. This is what it comes down to. I don't need statistics to tell me that if I'm not feeling okay, then I'm going to write myself off. No. You need to love yourself 100% before you bring somebody into your life. This is the facts about it. I should know this before I get married. Not try and find this out when I'm married. Doesn't make sense, bro.
Alzheimer's rates, lower decreased cancer deaths. If you scroll down a little bit in tally, if you don't mind, optimal home life to be able to raise their children, and married men earn more money. There's additional statistics as well. So there are benefits for a man today when it comes
to regular guts. Wrong. Regular food on the table. Subjective. Listen, having a nice family, coming home to a warm cooked meal with a fit, family-friendly wife and some kids on the side, with my dog and a white picket fence. That's the dream, isn't it? That's the dream.
Comes to marriage. In regards to some of the challenges, you're 100% right. There are challenges and there are issues, and we need to address them and solve them. But there are benefits for men today. And
why do the issues arise? Why do the issues arise, guys? Why do they arise? Because Donnies don't play their role properly. What's the general consensus when you ask a married man how to keep the home happy? Just listen to the wife. Make sure she's happy. Make sure I do everything right for the wife, and it will be a happy home. This is wrong. I'll tell you for free. This is wrong.
I want men to know the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to marriage.
And just to be clear here, because we're going to go through a whole range of topics. Okay. So you're going to be doing more answering than questions, but that's fine. You asked the question.
Yeah.
I think it's important to establish you're married, correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been married for how long?
Over a year.
Okay, so you're married. So okay, and you're single. We talked about this yesterday. A lot of DMs coming in the inbox these days.
Chill out.
Wait, why is he gassing her? Why is she gassing her? What guys? What we rating Pearly things out of 10? Be generous though, guys. Be generous. She's in England at the moment, huh? Don't spoil it for all of us. Tragic.
We are talking about marriage right here, so. I guess let me give you guys some stats and then we'll kind of open up for dialogue. So marriage in Western society is definitely on the decline. There's a quote from New York Times saying that the married will soon be the minority, right? And usually people will get married all over time.
Listen, if you want statistics, they said 50% of women by 2028 will be single. Let's talk about that, buddy. Let's talk about the good statistics. Why are they gonna be single, bruh? We're all the good guys, huh? Come on, man. Let's talk about... Guys, can we speed this up?
It's also no secret, we talked about this yesterday, that men tend to be the big losers in the court system, especially when a divorce happens in marriage, okay? So it's not an all bad thing. It's not an all good thing. Like there's benefits to marriage. There's pros, there's cons. So is your question saying, are you basically saying the red pill props up marriage, or basically disses marriage, saying that there's no benefit to it and a man should not get married? Is that essentially what you're saying about the red pill? And you're essentially saying, no, there are benefits. Like, give me your full scope of your argument.
Yeah, so the full scope of the argument is that I agree. Pearl talked about some of the laws today, and I hope you get into the statistics. Men need to know about the bad, the ugly, and the
Bro, listen, this Donnie's married. Why are we talking about statistics? Bro, tell me about your wife. No homo. Tell me about your wife respectfully. Tell me how it is in your house, bro. I don't care about statistics. I don't care about them. Tell me about the statistic of you. I don't care about what they done 100 years ago. Tell me about what you're experiencing, bro, right now.
terrible laws going on today. We need to address those. So the bad and ugly we need to talk about. But there are good things about marriage, and there's
This guy talks like he's a politician, man. He talks like he's going to Congress to pass some legislation, bro. Bro, just tell me something I want
a
to
lot of
hear.
statistics that we'll go through today about the benefits. So my biggest thing is that if the red pill is telling the truth is the good that's happening, the bad that's happening, and the ugly that's happening. So my biggest issue is that when we're not communicating, we're only communicating the bad and the ugly and removing the good, you're not communicating the full truth for men.
Is that what you think?
Let me also tell you something as well, which is also quite alarming. If this guy is the best red pill guy that they brought, this again is a problem, huh? If this Donny is your representation for this red pill debate, it's disrespectful. Disrespectful. Because they've got big numbers, Meister. Hey, if you had 100,000, 200,000, maybe they'll fly you in. Disappointing.
Is that I guess the perspective from the red pill is that marriage is not a good thing? Like the reason that you're asking, you start.
Bro, you know what's mad, yeah? Let me tell you something for free. I always tell you, Donnie, that women love to be in male spaces. Just Pearly Things came into a male space. Why? Because she was bored in the female space. Women love male energy. Women love male attention. You saw how when they gassed her, hey, we know you got Donnies in your DMs. Bro, I would DM her so I can get on her platform. Get me on there. Let's talk properly.
You had one thing to ask him, and you started with marriage. I assume that's what
we talked about.
Okay, well, I should. That's a major thing you want to address. So, from your perspective, what is Hafiz not recognizing?
Have you heard Rolo say that men and women are better together?
Wow, she's the face of the red pill, supposedly, but she's talking about Rolo Tomasi. Now, shout out to Rolo. Like I respect Rolo. I love his books. I've actually got his latest one on order. It's actually my Amazon shopping bag. Shout out to Amazon. But when we talk about, actually, don't let me badmouth Rolo. But the fact that she's the face of the red pill, and she's referring to Rolo, who should technically be he's obviously above her. And how long has Pearl been talking RP? 1 year? 2 years maximum? Come on, man. Let's behave, man. Let's behave ourselves.
When they are apart? Because
behave ourselves.
He said, have I heard Rollo say what?
He says that men and women are better together than they are apart.
Okay.
I think a lot of guys believe in the institution of marriage, just not the legal side of it.
Yeah.
So that's
okay.
Like, I just don't think that's true. I think they say there's no benefits legally, not like as an institution.
So unpack that a little bit.
So I'm saying men and women are better together. Marriage is a good thing, but the way it's set up today just doesn't benefit men. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. 90% of men don't get custody of their kids in a divorce.
Right. We talked about that yesterday. These are just stats, not my opinion. Women initiate 70% of divorces. That goes up to 90% if they're college educated. Women get the kids 90% of the time.
Yeah, no benefit for men, but she's sitting there saying there's benefits. Okay. So tell me the non-legal benefits, Paul. I'm waiting for you. And this Donny, you're not helping me as the host either. We're backtracking, bro. Get to the main point. So, Pearl, tell us, Pearl, what are the non-legal benefits of marriage for a male? Please, Pearl, tell us.
Time. They was it 90% of the time they're getting the ones getting alimony. I don't have those exact stats we talked about yesterday, but with anything, there's risk and reward. With anything, I don't care if it's driving a car, I don't care if it's getting married, I don't care if it's going swimming, if it's working out, if it's going out partying and drinking, there's risk and reward. So you're basically saying, hey, cool, I got married, bro. Yeah. Like there's the major reward to it. I recognize the risk, but obviously the reward.
Did your boy Hafiz sign a prenup? That's a better question to ask. Let me be the host. Did your boy Hafiz sign a prenup?
Outweighs the risk.
And my question to you, Pearl, is do you personally, Pearl, believe that there's any benefits for men to get married today?
Legally?
No, in general.
That's what I'm saying. Again, men and women are better together. I mean, my parents are married. I'm really thankful for having two parents in the home. I just think from a legal perspective, like if I was a guy, I probably wouldn't get married legally.
So you're saying
Mhm.
that there is benefits that men have to being married today.
From not from a legal
Yeah.
perspective.
So not from a legal, there is benefits. Can
Mhm.
you name a few of them if you don't mind?
Okay. I liked having two parents in the home. I think that's good. I think commitment is good. And
How does that benefit men? So I'm just,
You can be committed. You can be committed without a contract.
I want to be specific with you.
Mhm.
So you said men, not legally, of course, but there
Mhm.
are benefits for men today when it comes to marriage. Can you share some of those benefits?
Yeah, if they pick the right girl, I think having a support system is good. But that's also dependent on
Women
if
will
they.
always say that, though. Honey, cry for me. Oh, it's okay. Let it out. I'm here for you if you need me. Why don't you open up to me? I'm always here for you. Put your feet on my legs so I can rub them for you. Bro, they will sell you dreams. They will make you more feminine than them until you can't function anymore. Don't be a rookie in this game. Every woman will tell you the same thing. I want a feminine man who can open up to me and tell me his deepest problems. I'll be there to listen. No, she won't, bro. She'll listen and she'll share with the girls' group chat. Say it with me at home. Tragic.
They pick the right
Of
girl.
course, 100%.
I think that having someone, I don't know, I just think it's better to like have someone by your side.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And one of the things, and I really appreciate you sharing that, Pearl, is I want to clarify something that maybe I may not have communicated properly. There's certain things I stand for. I want to see men have money in their pockets, a family by their side, and respect on their name. I've been talking about that.
Yeah, I agree. I think everybody, and guys, for you guys at home, don't get it wrong, bro. If you find a girl that's good for you, bro, and she's 100% into you and your philosophy, bro, and you catch her on the up, and she hasn't been brainwashed by society, bro, give her the contract. After you qualify her for 9 to 12 months, don't skip the vetting process. Give her the contract. But make sure you've done everything properly, and you can't dig guts on the sly. I don't promote scumbaggery.
And I believe those are good things for men. Anything that I see trying to take that away from men, any bad idea, that's what I'm against. So I'm not against any individual person. I'm against any idea that I personally believe hurts the lives of men. So I want to clarify as we continue to move forward. I'm never against any individual person. I want to see every single man have the best life possible. One of the things I loved about Pearl before the show started, she was talking about her dad. Her dad's like a freaking rock star. The compliments, the encouragement, like just her as a woman, like
okay, bro, she's got a great relationship with her dad. Why are you licking at us? What are we doing? Why is he bum licking her? Oh yeah, her dad loved us. Oh my, bro, he was a dad. He played his role properly. What are you doing?
By having an amazing father really benefited her life. I want to see more women have fathers like Pearl. I want to see more men become fathers like her father was. And so
thank you. And the award for promoting fathers 2023 January.
Any idea that helps men, I love it. And any idea I think that hurts men, I'm against it.
10 kids in the
That's
Pearl
crazy.
household.
And which one are you, by the way?
Oh gosh, it depends how you count it. I grew up with 6. I was the second to 6, and then they adopted 3 teenagers later. And then I actually had a brother at 22. They gave up for adoption when my mom was 17. So I didn't find out about him until I was older. But out of the original 6 I grew up with, I was second.
Okay.
You were second oldest, second youngest?
Second oldest.
Oh wow.
Well, third if you count the brother that didn't. That's why I say, how do you count it? How do you count it?
Beyond ridiculous. 10 kids. Respect to I don't even know your last name. Someone asked me, he goes, Adam, what's Pearl's last name? I go, I think it's Things. What is your last name?
Davis.
Yeah. Pearl Davis. There it is. The name you know. We just established 2 things. That 2 things can be true at once. That there's a lot of benefits to being married, to raising your kids in a single family household and being together. But hey, you should also recognize that there's a lot of risks involved in marriage, especially being a dude. Is this fair to say?
100%.
I mean, is there anything like, would you want to push back on that? Either one of you? Look at us.
Yeah.
Look at us.
Adam, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So I love that statement. I love how Pearl agreed to it. You're a guy who's very intuitive, a guy who's asking a lot of amazing questions.
Technically, it wasn't a statement. It was a loaded question, but I won't get into the grammar.
Questions. You're a lifelong learner, and you've talked to a lot of individuals in the red pill space. In your personal opinion, I'm just curious, do you feel as though they're sharing some of the benefits as well, or do you see a lot of the red pill content creators primarily talking about the issues and rarely skipping over the benefits?
That's a good question, and I respect to the red.
Guys, if I've missed something, please tell me. But what benefits did they talk about? I think the only benefit they said, singular, was it's better when there are two parents in the house. That was the only benefit I heard. Benefit, singular. Maybe I've missed something.
Red pill community, I think, is a necessary voice. I also think that you're a necessary voice. I think just like if it's a Republican or Democrat, like too much of one thing is not a good thing. I'm a moderate in that regard. So I have a lot of respect for the red pill space. And I don't, this isn't my opinion. This is what I hear. This is the feedback I get, because I used to only talk about money. Okay. And like, save that money, improve your money. And then I had a discussion with PBD. He's like, dude, you've been in nightlife in Miami for 20 years. Why don't you talk about dating and relationships? Like, all right, Pat, fine, we'll do it.
Because you don't get girls, bro. You can only tell who gets girls and who doesn't. Now, remember, the game isn't about women. The game is about you and your journey as a man. And anybody who thinks game or RP is, well, RP, this is the issue of RP. RP makes it about the woman. Game, real authentic game, is about the man. Your journey as the man. And you loving the man you see in the mirror 100%. When you make it about her, you've already lost. When you prioritize her, you've already lost. When you function because of her and you do everything to please her, you've already lost. These are the issues that we face.
So I have a lot of people that come up to me, especially friends that I've known for years, are like, since when you were a relationship guy, bro? And I'm like, all right, well, this is what we're doing. And the comments that come to me about the
you don't understand is most content creators that live, and again, I've studied this, it's not my first rodeo. Most content creators that are dating coaches, the big guys, they move to Miami. The market is massive in Miami. So this guy transitioning to dating and relationships is probably a business move. He's playing it down, but can't deceive me, bro.
Pill space. These are not my thoughts. Don't clip this up and say that Adam is anti-red pill. The comments that people say to me are, hey, that's great. Some of this stuff is awesome for male improvement. I see what you're saying. You know, make money, make muscles, make game, MLD, shout out, like everything, like male improvement.
MLD is modern life dating. For those Donnies that don't know who that, again, look at this guy pushing RP slogans, looks, money, status, looks, money, status, looks, money, status. Boys, guys, if you're watching, looks, money, status are all irrelevant if you do not have game, the ability to attract and keep a woman authentically. Bro, if you're good looking and you look like a model and you have pretty boy privilege, but you can't talk to a female, what does it matter if you are good looking? If you can't talk to her, bro, automatically she's going to shut you down. Money, you can have all the money in the world. You can trick your life away. It's not tricking if you got it. You can buy her all the bags she wants. You can fly her out here. You can do her hair, nails, and makeup, all that artificial insemination for the breasticles. But bro, she's playing you. Status, what status, bro? Perceived status. Oh, I go to this club. I have this many followers. Bro, looks, money, status will sell you dreams, bro. And then what happens if you're a young boy? Huh? What happens if you're just in school? You're that 15-year-old, 16-year-old Donnie that's just tuned into YouTube. But mom, I don't have looks. I don't have money. I don't have status. So what does that mean? I can't get girls because I don't have looks, money, and status? Bro, the RP will sell you a dream. Please be very careful who you're watching.
Awesome. But I really feel like what you're talking to are single men, like young single men. And the comments that I hear from like grown folks, kind of a thing, older, more, they're like, yeah, when you get married and you have kids, like some of this praxeology or ideology doesn't add up to me. This is what they're saying to me. And I say, well, unpack that a little bit. So when they say, well, when you have kids and you have 2 daughters, your perspective is just gonna change a little bit
Mhm.
versus like, fuck these hoes out here. Don't worry about like. I'm not so. And I'm like, oh, okay,
I won't be
interesting
offended, don't
perspective.
worry.
No, I know. But just to be clear,
Yeah.
the benefits that the red pill community establishes and the knowledge that it preaches definitely.
I hope she's not offended. You know, male space. They should be calling you bitch, bitches, hoes, 304s.
Outweighs the negatives. Okay, like I just want to be clear about that. But at the same time, I've never claimed to be the red pill guy, the red pill voice. I really appreciate talking to all these guys. I've talked to Rolo how many times on camera? I've done content with Fresh and Fit. Hell, we just interviewed Andrew Tate a few months ago. Okay, whether it's Coach Greg Adams or Donovan Sharp, we went at the CME. Like,
that's what I'm saying. All these guys that you just named, I wonder why they're not here. I wonder why they didn't decide to come on this show.
These guys are awesome because at the end of the day, and there's different categories of red, like that's like to use politics. There's a moderate Democrat, there's a socialist Democrat, there's MAGA Republicans, there's just that like.
Oh, nobody cares. Oh, this host. Whoa! We're 20 minutes in. This guy, mate, let's get to the topics. Huh? What kind of host? Who's talking in his ear? Who's in his ear? Hey, bro, listen, we're 20 minutes in, man. We're losing viewers.
There's different gamuts of the red pill community, but at the end of the day, I think what the fundamental message is guys, you need to improve. If you can improve your life, you can improve your status, improve your money, improve your wealth, improve your game, then the world's your oyster. But if you
have no idea what game is, stop talking.
Want to be a fucking loser, then hey, you could also do that too. So I'm not sure if that's what you were looking for.
No, you answered the question.
Okay. So all right, do you want to respond to what
No, I was curious because like I'm always interested in other people's perspectives. So I was just curious to like what was your perspective on it?
I guess let me ask you a question. So we're talking about the red pill here. So the red pill is commonly known as the truth. Like a lot of it came from the Matrix, right?
It's the study.
Oh, here we go. Let's see. Wait. let's see what she's gonna say.
Study of human behavior.
Right. It's obviously red pill has blown up. We all know that. If you're not familiar with the red pill, you can look it up. It teaches the truth, intersexual dynamics, the study of evolutionary psychology, human behavior, all that kind of stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, for those of you that listen, I'm not here to alter anybody's destiny, right? But if you're still heavily influenced by the Matrix, the last Matrix movie basically told us that the whole red pill concept was a lie. So if you're still believing in that red pill, blue pill stuff, then you're heavily mistaken. I get the ideologies behind it. I get the concepts behind it. However, I don't want you to feel like this is the way, okay? But I'm not here to alter anybody's destiny. Remember, I was a complete stranger online, okay?
I will say that on one hand, on one side of things, a lot of people will say that misogyny and chauvinism, and basically they put down women, but then on the other hand of the coin, it's no, this is male improvement, self-improvement. Who's going to get mad at improvement? So I'm just framing this question from your perspective. What are the biggest flaws you see in the red pill space?
Yeah. So to me, I think the hardest thing and the part that I think when I talk about this, I make the biggest mistakes is the red pill means different things to so many people. And I've talked to like 8 different red pill creators. All 8 of them gave me a different answer. And so I don't want to get too lost in the sauce here, but one of the things that we noticed was that,
bro, you ain't got sauce, man. Don't say sauce. You ain't got sauce, bro.
There's a very much difference between traditional red pill and what we consider neo red pill. Okay, we found a little bit of a difference between those two things. But to me, the primary issue I have is a representation of marriage, because to me, like I said, I believe that family is the foundation of a society. If we don't have strong families, people are dependent upon the state. There'll be a lot of different issues. So I want to build as many strong families as possible. And I truly believe deterring men from building families, that's something that.
Do you think this guy had permission from his wife to come to this show? Because every time I hear this guy talk, he sounds more feminine and feminine and feminine to me. Hey, That's what I'm saying. This guy, like, bro, answer the question. The Donny asked you, what is your summary of the red pill? That's what the guy asked you. He didn't say promote marriage, promote marriage, promote marriage. Hey, I've already said my views on marriage. If you find a girl that's good for you, bro, snap her up, contract her, but don't cry when you make a mistake. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Hurts me, especially seeing how in the Black community, the breakdown of the family has decimated the community. And I want to find solutions instead of just focus on the problem.
Makes complete sense. So you're saying the biggest flaw within the red pill is their viewpoint on marriage. What do you think is the biggest benefit for learning the red pill content?
100%. So I would argue the best benefit is more traditional red pill versus neo red pill, but the best benefit is removing the delusion of that Disney Channel fantasy. You know, right. I think what happens is a lot of young men grow up with this Disney Channel fantasy. You find the one, you're gonna live happily ever after. There's gonna be no issue. All women are angels. This delusion.
Finally, 23 minutes in, the guy speaks some sense.
Sugar and spice and everything.
Exactly. Yeah. So to me, men growing out of that delusion and that propaganda that was promoted through Disney Channel and Hollywood movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna summarize it, man. I think what he said is true. I think it's important to understand that you're never the only guy, and if you know that, then you'll be okay. She's attractive, you find her attractive, but the same way you find her attractive, the same way all the other guys find her attractive. You're never the only guy she's talking to you, bro. Do not sell yourself that dream. And if you can just operate like that, date away and do not brainwash yourself, you'll be okay, bro. But when you fall in love and you think she's the one, bro, it's always gonna have some issues, man.
And stuff like that is extremely important for men to flourish and thrive in life.
So, so you do think it's important, though, that men understand the drawbacks of marriage too, though?
100%, bro. 100%.
Okay, and you do think it's important that men should understand like female nature.
And what the hell is neo red pill? What the hell is that, bro? What the hell is neo red pill? Please, someone tell me that. Guy making up new vocabulary doesn't make sense to me. Just talking absolute nonsense.
100%. And
so you would agree that this is really important?
Well, I would disagree. I will agree and disagree, Pearl.
Okay. Agree and disagree.
Well, this guy's a clown. Even she's trolling him. I agree, I disagree. Bro, Tafiz, pick a side, bro. You're just trying to be, he's a politician. I want to be here, I want to be here, I want to please everybody. Bro, nobody cares. You're there to give your opinion. Give your opinion.
Okay.
My question to you is, who is the individual you're going to learn about male and female nature?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me personally?
Who do you go to?
Oh, mom and dad.
A liar.
Okay.
A liar. All you Americans that say cap, bro, she's a liar.
Shout out mom, shout out dad.
So that's where you learned,
like initially, like when I was young. You mean now?
Like in regards to like the red pill, right? So
you're talking about red pill. Yes, I thought you meant like. Okay.
Yeah, because obviously, like you've come to a transformation, from my understanding. So when you're talking about men learning about male,
she's come through. She's come through a transformation, from my understanding. Bro, she saw an opportunity in the market and she jumped with it and she ran with it. She's extremely smart, extremely intelligent, and she played the simps of the world to the point where she's at almost 800,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. And she's on this show. So she's smart.
Male and female nature. I'm curious to you, where do you go to learn about male and female nature in regards to this space?
Gosh, you learn a lot just from doing the freaking shows.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know how many girls cap on the show? Oh my God. Like, I feel like I really started to understand the red pill just from like interviewing people.
Yeah.
Because 4 days.
It's sad as well, because when a woman says something, it's accepted. But if a guy says exactly the same thing, it's misogynistic or chauvinism, you don't respect females. And this is life, unfortunately. A guy could do exactly the same job Pearl has done and made exactly the same videos she has done, but will not be in the same position. And this is life.
Days a week, 7 people in the studio. Like, oh my, it changes your life. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you've taken away from interviewing all these people, especially women?
women, like, we just say things, and like half the time, like, we don't even know what we want, because it's like a girl will come on and
It's true. I agree. Women don't know what they want until it's in front of them. Do not make that mistake. She doesn't have a type until you become a type in front of her. Don't make that mistake.
say, "Oh, I like nice guys," da, 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 da. And I'm like, I saw your ex-boyfriend. I know who you dated. Like, okay, this one girl. I'll give you a story. I'll give you a
Go
story.
ahead, give us a
This girl
story.
came on the show, right? She was so pretty, so nice, whatever. And the whole show, she was talking about how she only dates, like, you know, the nice guys, like da 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 da. After the show, this, like, my recruiter brought his friend, and he'd literally been to jail. He took her home that night. So I was like, the biggest lesson to me was just like, this is madness. We just say things.
So okay, so
Yeah, nice guys never win. That's not new to anybody. Remember, there's a difference between being nice and kind. Don't make that mistake.
listen,
And I will say, not every woman, not all women, but it's
Yeah.
just like, I feel like that's like part of it.
The reason why I asked you that question initially is I'm asking in regards to, like, when you said learn about male and female nature, I'm saying, like, let's say outside of the content, because you obviously learned about it. Where did you go? Like, what was the
Like
book?
growing up?
Like, I mean, like, you, like, from my understanding, you came to a conclusion.
Bro, he's repeating the same question that he repeated last time. She didn't answer it properly for him, so he's circled back around. Hafiz, you know this isn't your show, bro. You know it's not your show. I would rather you answer questions and ask questions. What you're doing is fluffing, bro. Just fluffing. Just running your gums.
About like, man, society is getting crazy. Where did you learn that from? Was there a book? Was there a
Oh my gosh,
video?
you've been to a college campus?
Okay,
Society's getting crazy?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh my gosh, when I went to college and I saw that they put these dudes in our dorms and they're saying that they were women. What do you mean?
So from my understanding, you came to your, as they call it, red pill awareness from life.
Well, it was a mix. So it was partially just from, like, I would say I was more like blue pill.
I don't understand what Hafiz is trying to say, bro. Bro, do you think a female booked a coach to teach her about red pill content? Is that what you want her to say? Yeah, Hafiz, yeah, I signed up with Coach Greg Adams, and I was with him for about 3 years before I eventually made my jump to YouTube. Bro, come on, man. You're a grown man and you're married, man. Do better, man.
I didn't really, I never thought about things from the men's perspective, but there was a couple pivotal moments. One was going to a pickup artist conference.
You told me about
that.
that.
That I was like, oh my gosh.
Again, what women do you know go to pickup artist conferences? This is what I'm saying. She saw an opportunity. No woman in her right mind is going to a pickup artist conference. Who does this? Who does this?
These girls that are like 2s are rejecting the 5s and harshly. So that kind of like puts you in a men's point of view, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe like what that. Second thing, the Rational Male, I read that. I think Rollo's a genius. I think he's very smart. His second,
don't get me wrong, I'm not, maybe I shouldn't say it, but I'm gonna say anyway. Be very careful with the Rational Male. Yes, it's a lot of theory and it was groundbreaking at the time, but it'll be interesting to know where Rollo got his ideas from. That's what I'm saying. No shade. It's all love.
book, Religion.
I know.
I think is good too.
Yeah.
So
have you
and
ever
I
read...
also listened to literally months of like Manosphere content. Like,
yeah.
You can see me reacting to it live.
That's what I'm saying. She blew up last year. Just smart. Opportunist.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
You brought up something earlier that I want to address. You said that there's a difference between like the old school traditional red pill stuff, which I think you would put Rollo in that category. And
when I say she's smart, I mean smart as in business YouTube smart. I don't know if she's that intellectual the way she comes across. I'll be honest. Maybe it's just me. And remember, I'm not here to hate anybody. I appreciate what they're both doing as content creators. However, if she said anything on this show has been groundbreaking. I'm still waiting, bro. I'm 27 minutes in.
sort of the neocons.
Yeah.
So would you elaborate on who you think is, I don't know, you're saying like who's really doing the red pill right, and then who's sort of hijacking the red pill? Like, just clarify what you mean by the old school versus the new school.
Even that question, although it's fully loaded, it's a weird question. Nobody's hijacking anything. There's just lots of red pill creators that have certain concepts that they recycle, and there are certain concepts that they will try and make their own. That's it. Simplify it so that everybody understands. Don't make the question so vast that. Anyway, your boy Hafiz is definitely not going to be able to answer it, bro. He's an L at this point, bro. He's just disappointing.
Content creators.
No problem. So Chris Williamson talks a lot about it. Chris, shout out to Chris Williamson, respond to your messages. Hamza talks about this as well. So what happened is a lot of people, the red pill,
Hamza, he's the Asian guy from England, Birmingham, actually. I don't know who the first guy he said was, though.
It originated in the chat rooms. So the message boards, the chat rooms. So a lot of people who were the initial red pill thought leaders, they were writers, because you had to write in the chat rooms.
Which ones? I'm just curious.
So obviously Rollo was probably the most popular ones, and if I'm being completely honest, it was so long ago I didn't really know their names.
He's a liar. He doesn't know what he's saying. He doesn't know what he's saying.
I would read some.
You were in the chat rooms?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Okay, so you were in the chat room with Rollo?
I wasn't in the chat rooms with Rollo. So long story short, the reason why I'm so passionate about this.
Listen, when Pearl talks like that, she knows what she's doing. She's trying to expose the lack of knowledge that Hafiz has on the topic. It's a sly, very subtle, but calculated. Be careful with women like this, guys. Be careful.
The subject matters because I was like so many guys, man. I was struggling with relationships. I had to move back home multiple times.
Like struggling with relationships, bro. Your vocabulary, your vernacular exposes you.
Like the typical, average guy who's struggling in life. That was a lot of times my story. So I would seek out wisdom in many different areas. I started off with a lot of Christian masculinity content. So in the year 2009, there was a Christian renaissance that created a lot of masculinity content. So I was consuming all kinds of content for a long period of time. And during that time, I also stumbled upon the red pill message boards. And so the original content creators in red pill message boards, they were writers, a little bit more thoughtful, and a lot of them would quote at times evolutionary biologists. They would quote a lot of these studies that came from Pew Research, Gallup, and things along those lines. So those were the traditionalists. A lot of the neo-red pillars, from my personal experiences, they don't quote the primary sources, which are the evolutionary biologists, the historians, the relationship therapists, and the studies. Huh?
Rob Henderson. Right?
What about Rob?
No,
This guy just talks. Bro, ask me on YouTube, bro. Well, I can't. I'm filming. What's the question? Quickly, type it.
Saying like that's one of them, right? Is that?
Oh, Rob Henderson is one of what?
Oh, the people that you like to see quoted. I thought you said that last time. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Rob is a red pill, so that's a little bit different.
No, I meant you said the evolutionary biology.
Oh yeah, person like Rob. I don't think Rob is evolution biologist in my opinion, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
So
I thought you said him last time.
No problem. And so, but the neo red pillars, they don't go to the primary source. They usually quote other red pillars, so they will quote statistics and of other people versus going to the primary sources. And so to me, that's why I distinguish those two different things. And a lot of the neo red pillars, they
again, if anybody knows better than me, please tell me what the hell is a neo red pillar. Tell me. I never heard the term until this Donnie said it today. So please tell me, huh?
It came to content creation in a time when it was very profitable to make content. So the one thing I will definitely give Rollo is Rollo was doing this when there was no money here. So I can give him that. Like he there was no financial gain from him. I mean, obviously he made good money from his books, but he was typing up and talking about these things for years. A lot of the neo red pillars, a lot of them came into when it was very profitable. And so I kind of, in my community, we distinguish those two individuals.
If you would, let's get positive for a second. Let's just be positive. What do you see as the biggest benefit for men understanding intersexual dynamics, red pill, understanding how women operate?
This is good.
Give me the benefits you'd see of what they're talking about.
I wouldn't call it red pill. I would call it understanding evolutionary biology. So my book of choice for every man is Dr. David Buss's Evolution of Desire. Dr. David Buss is a leading expert on evolutionary biology, and especially in regards to human mating.
This guy just talks, man. Oh, just talks. Long-winded answers that with no purpose. Guys, when and then just in life, you don't need to talk so much that you go in circles. Answer the question, be short, be succinct. If they need more clarification on your answer, then expand on it a little bit. Bro, imagine this Donny on a date. How is he married? Who is he married? Sorry, let's take a little break here. Your boy on Instagram says, my girl lied that she'd never been physical with her ex. Tragic. But now she after a year, she admits, mate, that's a typo on your part. But after a year, she admits she slept with him. Now should I continue the relationship or end it? Well, it's too late, bro. She lied. What can you do? You're already with her. You've been in a contract for a year. So what do you want to do? She lied to you, okay? But put it this way, anything she'd done prior to you is irrelevant. Yes, she shouldn't have lied. However, why did you ask her? What did you gain by asking her that question to begin with? That's what I would ask you, bro. Whatever she does prior to you is irrelevant. It's your job to vet her for 9 to 12 months before you go official. If you want to leave her, leave her. But I need more context on your question.
World-renowned expert. He has a Buss School of Psychology in Austin, Texas. So his book is absolutely phenomenal. Footnotes, data. So I would say learning from the primary sources like that give you the knowledge to not be naive in today's world. Because to Pearl's point, a lot of men grew up naive. A lot of men don't really understand what's going on. A lot of men also don't know the bad of marriage.
Bro, Hafiz, a lot of men is you, bro. It's you. Just talking.
Marriages and relationship as well. So Dr. David Buss is phenomenal. Dr. John Gottman in Washington is a rock star. He's been one of the leading experts on marriage for the past 40 years. Dr. John Gottman is able to predict divorce by 88% accuracy.
My boy, nobody cares. I don't care if you, bro, is it hard to predict divorce? 88% accuracy, is it hard? It's 50-50 chance. Yes, you're going to be together. No, you're going to divorce. Flipping hell, bro. Mate, do better. Man, or just reading. He reads too much to the point where he doesn't know how to answer simple questions, bro. Waffling, bro.
You've seen him before? He's a beast. So to me, those...
Nobody cares.
Primary sources, I love the primary sources. I would consider...
We know you do. We know you do, bro. We know.
Most red pill as secondary sources, but the actual doctors and experts and people who been doing this for decades.
Just so you know, the candle of the evening while your boy is waffling is a Yankee Candle. I'm with the vanilla at the moment. And again, shout out to your boy Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. The scent of the evening by the House of Mason, Martin Margiela. This is Jazz Club. Make sure you get onto it, boys. You want to get the guts watery? You want to get dirty about, knock them ankles loose? Bro, a couple of sprays of this, bro. Get them pantalones dripping.
Of their lives. I think there's so much benefit from running for those individuals.
I'm going to give you the same question, and then I'm going to give you a follow-up, so just be ready for that. Best benefits you see for men understanding red pill content?
I just think a lot of guys have they don't see the negative side of female nature. And as much as maybe you want to harp on saying, oh, what about the positives too? I just think it's important that you see the negative side of female nature. So if something happens down the line, you're at least not surprised, and that you're aware of the risks that come in marriage.
Okay, I respect that. Now, one of the reasons that you've had so much success is that you're one of the few women that are major advocates of red pill. We have Rebecca and Ali on here. Those are the homegirls.
Yeah.
Janelle. Like, but there's not that many women in this space. What, like you said, that it enables men to understand female nature. So as a woman, what don't men understand about women?
Oh my God.
You see what I'm saying here? You're like, all right, so it helps you understand women.
It's kind of
help
like,
us understand women.
Okay. I mean, I would say first and foremost, it's just, especially doing the show, it's just crazy how much girls like Cap. And I just think a lot of
Cap for our 30 and over crowd, that means lie. Okay.
And like I also think it's important to understand like that women are hypergamous. Like I think that's important, and the things that you need to do to be attractive to women. Like, and I don't give dating advice. Like that's not my thing, you know. But I think it's important that men understand that, you know, women, like, they don't like nice guys. They tend to like guys that have a backbone, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, and you don't think that guys know that?
No, a lot of times not when they're younger. When they get older, I feel like most guys figure it out. But when they're younger,
well, I feel like that most men have to go through some shit. You have to go through some heartbreak. You got to go.
Yeah, I mean, I always say that the best alphas come from trauma, don't I? I think. What's up, Sam? You alright, bro? I hope. Yeah, I always say the best alphas come from trauma, man, and it's important that you go through that heartbreak, so you understand where you went wrong. It's not about her. The game is not about her. She left you because of you. You attracted her because of you, and you left her because of you. The game is about you, the man. And once you can own everything and take accountability of every situation, bro, you always win. When they come into your life, bro, it's because of you. When they leave, it's because of the errors that you made, bro. On a very small percentage can you say it was her. Obviously she can do dumbness, obviously she can cheat, but at the end of the day, nobody owes you anything in this game of love and romance that we play, and you have to know that.
Go through some struggle.
It's even yesterday, the guy on the show, she's a unicorn. Come on, like I've met so many guys like that.
Let's get real
like
here.
Point and case.
Well, that's only half the story, though, Pearl. He just got out of a divorce.
Yeah.
So I think once you get a divorce and you have 2 kids, I think you recognize that women aren't sugar and sweet and everything nice. He meets a new girl, and even if she's a unicorn, I think he recognizes, all right, I also love my wife when I married her 10 years ago. Okay, but go deeper with women. Okay, beyond understanding that you can't just be Mr. Nice.
Go deeper with women. What do you mean by
that? This guy and women aren't sugar and spice and everything nice. Go deeper. Like pretend it's not even us here, and you're just.
What do you mean by that?
Like in the women's locker room, and you're talking locker room talk for the women. Like, what are those conversations that are being said? Because you have no problem calling out women and feminists. So for the men out there, like, give us a little glimpse into like what it's really like, what they're saying. Like hypergamy is an example. So I'm teeing this up for you.
Can I give you can I tell a story?
I love anecdotes. I love stories.
I have a story. There was a girl in college, like girl next door, right? I promise you, like she was like cute, sweet, quiet. You never know. And I've told this story a lot on my podcast. But basically, she dates a guy freshman year, right? This guy, she was obsessed with, dates him for a month. He cheats on her. It ends, whatever, right? 4 years later, she's dating another guy. This guy bought her a house. And literally, I was at a party, and literally she cheated with the guy from freshman year in the bathroom at the party that the other guy was at. And it's like, guys don't even think girls are like capable of this stuff. And like, they would never expect that from her.
Well, if you have the idea that nobody owes you anything and she's never really your girl, bro, then you understand that these things can happen at any given moment in time. The issue could be that the guy's girl was a liability. Also, the other issue is, if you know your girl's a liability, why are you putting her in positions where other Donnies can expose her? I'm not saying be controlling. I'm not saying don't let your girl go out, but I think you need to, at some point, allow her to make a decision. Are you with me, or are you claiming to be with me, or do you still want to be a party girl? And that's what I would say, bro. But, you know, I'm just a complete stranger online.
And like sometimes it's just like the girls that you would not expect.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha.
and you know, I'm not saying every girl's gonna
With guys that have real authentic game, nothing surprises them. With guys that have real authentic game, everything happens as it's supposed to happen. And I think when you know that, nothing should surprise you in this game of love and romance that we play. But it's interesting to hear the story.
gonna do that. I'm not
Mhm.
saying that's 100% of women, but like sometimes I think it's important where we have spaces that men can like see that.
Pearl, my question to
Mhm.
you is, how old are you?
I'm 26.
And is it safe to say most of your friends are in your age cohort?
Um,
No.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, I was just curious. It was
I
no
mean-
gotcha.
Why did it take us so long to answer that question? So no. Most of your friends in your age cohort, are most of your friends 26 years old? She said yes. Why did it take us so long to answer that question? It's a lie.
I
Correct, I'm
have
curious.
actually my best
Yeah.
friend right now is a 55-year-old lady.
Uh-huh.
Okay, there you go, the truth. It's simple psychology, guys. I mean, you don't even need to have a psychology degree to understand that she was lying. Why lie? It's an easy question.
That's beautiful.
So-
That's amazing.
Shout out Auntie.
So,
But-
oh, go ahead.
What
Yeah.
you said yesterday, I'm like, all right, of all of your friends, what's the relate? You're like, I have like 4 friends.
I know.
You don't. So just to be clear, you don't have a lot of female friends,
No,
and I
no.
recognize
I used
that.
to have more when I was younger, but
I wonder why she doesn't have female friends. Why, put in the comments, why do you think she doesn't have female friends? And you can't say clout. You can't say clout.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Not as many
Well,
now.
listen, I understand why. If you're saying things that call out women
Mhm.
and basically, you know, shine a light on the
Mhm.
negative things.
Facts, bro. That's probably the best thing the host has said today. She exposes females, so of course she's not gonna have female friends. I hope you guys knew that before the host said it.
The negative side of women and basically say,
I've
hey,
been
we're not all
attacked by a
good.
woman.
A lot of women are going to be like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So is that one of the main reasons why you don't have?
Can we get a makeup check for Pearl on camera 3? She's sweating. I don't know. Maybe it's my eyes. The hair's starting to look a bit frizzy. I don't know. I'm not white, but can we get some makeup? Camera 3, please.
Girlfriends.
I would say, well, it's partially because I moved to England.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of went from like being somewhere that I was for a while, and then it's like you're in an 8-hour time difference from all you just kind of lose touch with people, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So the reason you wanted
yeah,
to ask
yeah,
And
about
then I was
age-
gonna say like
Oh.
the
Yeah.
newer girls like kind of saw my podcast and they're just like,
yeah,
nah.
I'm good.
Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
just like, oh, okay.
So the reason why I asked that is because when I started my journey,
Mhm.
like I was like so many guys.
Mhm,
20, I was really came to my like masculinity starting journey, 19 years old,
mhm.
got no
Well, who told this Donnie that he was masculine? Who told this Donnie he was masculine? Oh, come on, bro. Behave yourself, man. This guy not masculine. What?
girls, made no money, got no respect. And through years of working on myself, improving literally from the bottom up, I was showing, we had a master class before, I was showing some of my receipts of like literally being negative $400 in debt
Mhm.
in my mid 20s. And eventually I got to a point where like I had a good life.
Mhm.
And so
$400. Why are you showing receipts on -400? Isn't that just the normal overdraft? What's going on?
to me, what I realized is eventually men get to a point when
Mhm.
they want to have a family. You know what I mean? They want to build things, even yourself. Like it's cool, right? But one of the things that I've noticed is that where are these solutions, right? So we got to realize. And one of the things I love about AMS, I know you said something about AMS last time, but one of the
Look
things
at, look
one
at,
of the-
he's a funny guy. He just would talk about fucking these hoes to sleep.
he's changed.
Shout out to AMS. Yeah, I mean, AMS is one of the OGs in regards to Red Pill and well, the Horsemen, the Big Four, should you say? Funny how they're laughing though. That's interesting.
AMS
I
has
don't-
changed.
I
My
don't
guy
know.
has changed.
I-
But
look
one
at
of the
it.
things I love about AMS is he would always talk about like eventually you guys are gonna grow up from this. And eventually when you're 22, you know, F these girls to sleep, X, Y, Z, but then you're gonna want a family. if you've never gotten the tools to build a healthy
Mhm.
family,
Mhm.
you're gonna end up in the same issues with so many other guys. So what I've
So this Hafiz guy, he's pro family, he's pro marriage, and respect him for that. However, he's talking about solutions and trying to make a pathway for the general male population to understand this. But bro, you're not qualified to lead that front, bro. Let's be honest, man. You're not qualified to do that. I mean, it's a great idea. Sell it off if you need to. Make sure you get some percentage up. But bro, you're not qualified to do it, man.
notice as well happen in the red pill space is you have these older guys, and unfortunately they've been divorced, but they have their kids,
Mhm.
so they can go their own way, right? But what about that 22-year-old guy who has no
Whoa,
kids?
whoa. Don't be promoting. See how you see? This is what I mean. He again, it's lack of knowledge on said topic. We're talking about red pill, but men going their own way is not red pill. Men going their own way is black pill, MGTOW. Please don't blur the lines for the average viewer. When you're not qualified and you're not educated to talk on a specific topic, and you haven't studied the topic and you haven't lived the topic, you look like this, Donnie. It's like going to an exam and you haven't studied and you expect to pass the exam. You're just waffling. You turn the paper, exam paper number 1. You look around, everybody's writing, and you didn't study that topic. You're gonna look like this guy. If I talk and I go round and round in circles, maybe the examiner's gonna give me the mark.
Kids who wants to build a family, who wants to learn things. And so if my biggest thing is if we're trying to help men win, my desire is every single man should have the best life possible. Why are we not giving information? Why are we not giving tools and resources to help those men be successful? So an example of that is when we talk about divorce, and we can go ahead and
Would you say that game is resources to help be successful? Because they talk about
Whoa. Listen. Again, we're talking red pill. Well, we've gone from red pill to black pill, MGTOW, and she's talking about game. These are 3 different things. We're blurring it as if it's all the same thing. It's not.
a game in like a relationship, like even Donovan Sharp, like he's got a whole.
So to me, I would say
know?
traditional game
Mhm.
reminds me a lot of what pickup artists had, which was the game. And if you guys want to do a study, read the game
it's not accurate if it's not a study involved. Oh my goodness, this guy.
by Neil Strauss.
Yeah, of course.
The first
Yeah, The Game by Neil Strauss. But again, where did Neil Strauss get those ideas from? I know. Do you? Hey, this guy, bro. No, look, let's old school game, pickup game. We're talking Mizster Method. Yeah, those guys there, yeah, pickup. But they just titled it game. Game goes back to pimps. Donnies on the street, controlling females and selling it that way. Not the pick up and making everything about girls and making like first day or same day lay and pushing through and making sure that she comes back with you. This is the issue. But yeah, let's see what he has to say, huh?
chapter about mystery, about to kill himself, it was so powerful because I cannot tell you how many men learn how to attract women but never learn how to retain women. They know how to go on defense. They don't know.
Finally, wow. After 39 minutes, he says something of value. Facts, finally. A lot of Donnies, they know how to attract, but they know how to keep. Real authentic game is the ability to attract and keep a woman authentically. No lies, no tricks, no gimmicks. Old school game, Mizster Method game was gimmicks, peacocking, lying, selling stories, pretending, creating scenarios in order to attract the woman, sleep with her, and then get rid of her. Please, but anyway, that was the first thing he said properly. Well done, Hafiz. Wow.
know how to build a family. And so my biggest thing is that if men are never getting the tools and resources to build a family, what's going to happen is, yeah, you'll learn game, but you're a human being. You're going to actually want to build a relationship. But if you've never given those tools to build a healthy relationship, then it will never be able to last. So our desire is that what we want to focus in on is helping men get those tools to be able to have healthy, lasting relationships and to have as many men win as possible. That's our entire goal.
Well, and I think that's fine. Like, you can.
You know what the host should have asked him? The great question would have been, to expose Hafiz would have been, Hafiz, what tools do you think men need in order to maintain a fulfilled marriage and a household? That's the question they got in my ear, Bruce. Huh?
Do that with your channel, but I don't think it's wrong for guys to have channels that are more dedicated to exposing female nature and talking about the negative sides of marriage too.
100%. No, you're 100% right.
So that's like, I feel like a lot of men have a good reason for avoiding marriage today.
I love it.
And even you can even say, even cohabitation, like a woman can seize your assets even if you're just living together. Even so much sense, it's in certain states, and I'll say it varies from state to state. I know the chat. But it's like, if she leaves her stuff at your apartment for like a period of 3 months, she can literally seize your assets.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go ahead and address that point. So what I truly believe, Adam, is a two-folded process, and I had a plan, which is why my content is what it is, in a two-folded process. Process one is avoid the wrong woman, right? Process. So men need to learn, what does the wrong woman look like, and
how do we know that, Hafiz? Tell us, Hafiz. Tell us how we avoid them. Tell us what we need to do to avoid the wrong woman. Tell us, man. Please, tell us. We're waiting. Please, give us some value. We're 41 minutes in. Give us something so that we can digest it, bro. No homo. Please, give us something, Hafiz.
And given all the tools and knowledge to avoid the wrong woman. But if all you do is avoid the wrong woman, you're going to die alone, because you'll have no woman, because all you'll be doing is avoiding women.
Facts. Wait, okay, he's woken up, bro. He's woken up. Facts, yeah. I tell you, Donnie's all the time. And this is the dangers of being blackpilling and going down the dark side of the force in this game of love and romance that we play. You guys MGTOW, going your own way, blaming women for the failures of your lack of ability to secure, keep, and retain females, bro. It's on you. You putting yourself on the bench is only going to keep you in misery. It's only going to make you more upset and resent women more. Never take things personal, bro. If you can just, it's never personal, it's always business. If you can look at it like that, bro, you'll be okay. But as soon as you make things personal and you keep it, bro, you always lose.
Your whole entire life.
That's similar. Like, they say there's no unicorns, no woman's special.
So
they say that.
Then the next half is the maturity part of life, where now you have to accept the right woman and receive the right woman. So reject the wrong, receive the right. So to me, you have to give those men tools. If 99% of the content is only about rejecting the wrong woman and none of it's about receiving the right. So one of the examples I want to give Natalia, if you go to the statistics real quick, because my biggest thing is that
Natalia, please, statistics. Natalia, can you get on the statistics, bitch? God damn it.
They always talk about marriage. So you can go ahead and scroll down. We talk about marriage and the divorce rate right there. What they don't talk about is ways to lower the divorce rate. So you hear the typical statistics about the divorce rate.
My boy, listen, and guys are home. This guy's going to ramble on. Listen, if you want to keep your marriage and the girl that you want intact, it's very simple. Play your role properly and always. Be consistent at what you do daily. Control her emotions. Control your emotions. Do nice things from time to time. Dig the guts properly. Breadcrumb her from time to time, which means validate her and then don't validate her. Keep her guessing. Keep her seeking your attention and validation. When you're perfect, be perfect. Oh, did I say dig the guts properly? Don't get boring. Make sure you listen to everything she says. Listen with your eyes, not your ears. And you have a great relationship.
Rate 50% XYZ, which is not true, but there are a myriad of statistics that that are going about. And so here's an interesting one Natalia pulled up. What people don't realize is the more money you make, the lower the divorce rate is. The divorce rate is at the highest at lower income earners. And so
wow, you're back, bro. I've always been here, bro. I'm just on YouTube, bro. I'm live on YouTube. I didn't go anywhere. I'm just on YouTube, bro. I'm here. Get them tired.
if a man, going back to making money, one of the things I think the right people teach, they don't realize that actually earning more money creates marital stability. Another thing, if you go back to the data, Natalia, is that if you look up,
can I ask a question on that one?
Can I finish and then you can go ahead and ask your question? So another,
bro, Hafiz, she wants to interrupt you because you're just waffling, bro. You're waffling. Hey, Natalia, can you scroll for the statistic? No, page 7, Natalia. Natalia, read the notes, page 7. God damn it.
Thing that's also discussed is about religious couples, because there's a misnomer. And actually, if you look at the IFS studies, religious couples have a 47% lower divorce rate. There's so many different things that you can do to drastically lower the divorce rate. It's never going to be.
But my boy, I don't need statistics. I don't need like we're presenting a thesis, huh? Bro, 50% of marriages end in divorce, bro. 50. I don't need to know 47% of this, 87% of this. 50, bro. This is the only stat you need. Oh my God.
Zero. Nothing is going to be zero in this life. But there are so many things that every single man can do today to drastically lower the divorce rate, to give him the best chance of raising his family. And so it's my desire is let's give.
Are you telling me this guy's alpha? Are you telling me this guy's educated to be giving guys advice on how to be a masculine man and how to manage a situation in a relationship, how to manage a situation in a marriage? Oh my goodness. Beta, beta, beta. Feminine, feminine, feminine. Vaginal, vaginal, vaginal.
Give them, let them know the bad, but let's give the men all the tools to win and have the best life possible. That's all that matters to me, men winning.
What my question was, what is religious? Like, how do you define someone being religious?
Great question, Pearl. So Pastor Mark Driscoll in his book, Real Marriage, talked about this. I would advise people to read the book because I'm a secondary source talking about a primary.
This guy, you're a secondary source talking about a primary source. Bro, you're not secondary anything. At this point, I don't think you've got secondary education in dating relationships, bro. Guy just loves his voice. He loves his own voice.
Source, because what people confuse, and I don't want to get too much into religion because people hate when I do that, but what people confuse about the religion is it's not so much saying that you're religious, it's practicing religion. So going back to the data, Natalia, I think what's even deeper than religion is political and cultural differences. So click on that data. So what Dr. Rob Henderson recently shared with me is that one of the biggest correlations that lead to that lower divorce is your political affiliation. So for example, if you're a hard right MAGA guy and you're dating this blue-haired feminist who's a liberal, who believes in AOC's being the champion of the world, is going to lead into divorce. So what
extreme example, I don't think those two are getting together,
of course,
but if they are, very tough.
So what happens is similar values. So that's what the religious things is. So there's so many things I want the guys to look up the data themselves. It's all about men looking up the data themselves, but all these things help lower the divorce rate and help men win. These are the tools that I want to give to men. I want to see as much men at best life as possible.
Yeah, I want to address one thing that you said that I think is very important for men to understand, because especially for you younger guys out there, you talked about the most important decision a man can ever make is who he's going to marry, and even more so, who is he going to have kids with? Because if you just get married and it doesn't work out and you get a divorce, all right, cool, maybe you get out, with no issues. But when you get kids involved, it's a major issue. And part of the major component of that is men, the number one quality that a man wants in a woman is
faithfulness,
beauty. Before you get to faithfulness, that too.
You can't get in the door.
Can't get in the door.
That's
so I caution men, gentlemen, women are very beautiful creatures. They're very beautiful.
Interesting. One says faithfulness, one says religion. No, one said, what did he say? One said faithfulness, one said beauty. The one thing you need, bro, is respect. You can see how he puts the host is, he obviously pedestalizes women based on his response. And your boy said faithfulness. Well, he doesn't know what he's saying at this point.
Things. Okay. It's very hard to do but try your best not to fall in love with your eyes.
100%.
Or just not to fall in love with your eyes only. Because we've all seen a gorgeous girl. Oh my God, she's the hottest girl. I have a buddy of mine who every time he goes out, he falls in love. Oh,
Bro, that's you, man. You're talking about yourself, not your body, man. So who you trying to pretend to? That's you, bro. You, the host, whatever your name is. You fall in love every time you go out.
oh, bro, this girl, oh my God. And it's like, buddy, like when the makeup comes off and the heels come off and the extensions comes off and like everything comes off at the end of the day, you're just going to have you're going to be left with not the 10 that you thought you were with. Maybe it's a 6, maybe it's an 8. I don't know how much makeup's going on there, but you have to fall in love with all the other qualities a woman has. You can't just fall in love with the beauty.
Why are we talking about falling in love, bro? Why are we talking about falling in love? I don't get it. Where did we? How did love get into this this topic?
And I feel like the red pill is one of the benefits it does is basically educating men. Hey, look, yes, these girls are hot out there, but there's a lot of underlying factors that you really have to pay attention to as a man. Let me go deeper on one thing. You talked about, like, you got married at what age?
31.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my opinion. Strike it down. Call me an asshole. I don't care. I don't think most men should get married until they're 30 years old.
So to your point,
hear me out.
Adam, yeah.
I think that this is obviously, if you've been with your girl since high school and you fall in love, and yeah, there's exceptions and there's rules. Men need time to like marinate a little bit, go through some stuff, make some money, because women are hypergamous. Women, on the other hand, you by age 30, you should probably know where you're going to end up in life or what man you're going to end up with. I have so many friends that are
Facts. Finally.
starting to become my age, 40-year-old women that are like, I wish that I would have figured this out earlier. And why should men wait longer? Because what men need to start making money.
Yeah.
This comes after all this, after everything that I've learned in relationships and red pill and all this, it comes down to basically what I learned in my economics class, the law of supply and demand. If you're one of those dudes that dedicates himself to making money in
The rationale of looks, money, status is coming again. Listen, guys. Nobody said you shouldn't be a bum, okay? But if you think you need money to attract a woman, you've already lost. If you think you need money to keep a woman, you've already lost, because you always lead with your finances. And guys that talk like this, and listen to me very carefully, guys that talk like this cannot function without money. Meaning, if he feels poor today, he has no value. If I don't have money in the bank, I can't operate with females. And these are the type of guys that will not approach females. They will hide because they're not financially okay. It's a bad day, this narrative that they push, man. It's not good at all. I didn't say you shouldn't be a bum, and I didn't say you shouldn't earn the most money you can. I think all men need to earn as much money as they can. But don't put so much value on the financial aspect of life when it comes to dating and relationships. You don't need money to get females. You don't. You might need it initially. You might need to pay for some dates. But to say that you need to be earning 20 grand a month to date is not the way, man. And it can mislead people, honestly.
improving, becoming a man of status, wealth, physical, having game, learning stuff, reading books, whether it's the rational male, whether it's the game.
I'm talking about game, bro. You don't know what you're saying. Uneducated.
Learning stuff, watching podcasts, just informing yourself, becoming a better version of yourself. You'll get to being age 30. You'll get to age 35. You'll get to 40. The world is your oyster.
Yeah.
Supply and demand. But if you want to just jump at the first hottest chick that ever will give you the time of day when you're 26 and you don't ever become the best version of yourself, that's a lot of times what I feel like guys end up divorce court. I had no idea he
Yeah.
bought a girl a house, the story you talked about. I thought she was an amazing girl. Why are you buying her a house, buddy? So
Yeah.
that's what I think that men need to understand, is that men need to take time
100%.
to become the men that they need to be, where women, on the other hand, need to recognize that men value beauty. And I know so many women.
Wow, men value beauty. Yeah, bro, she needs to look nice. But do I value beauty? Wow. Your vocabulary exposes you, bro. It's just terrible. You can tell this guy pedestalizes women 100%.
40 plus who are
She's beautiful because I think she's beautiful, not because she comes to me beautiful. Don't make that mistake, bro. There's a very big difference.
like, what the hell
Yeah.
just happened to me? Guys, let me pause it right here for 1 second and acknowledge the chat, acknowledge the super chats, and acknowledge the lovely Natalia, who's going to read all this fun stuff.
Could I ask a question when we get back?
Sure.
Okay.
No,
I just
we
wanted to,
Of course.
Yeah, and I have a
So,
question
Nat,
for
go
you
ahead.
as well.
Awesome.
So it'll be
So
like question for question.
awesome. Well, thank you all for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And we've got a lot of chats to go through. So let's go through them. First, my favorite chat, Nat, your reading skills have improved a lot. I appreciate you on that one.
It's harder
Then
than
we
they
have
think.
then we have Aaron Alliance. He said, shout out to the standard. Then we also have Kevin Takita. He said, Hafiz, why don't you want TLA there? For facts. We don't care about feelings. We operate with logic. Then we have Iron Panther. And then he said, Hafiz
Yeah, we deal with facts, not logic. Facts. No theory. Real game, no theory, man.
doesn't want TLA there. And then we have one by Michael Kahlo. Just like Dr. Peterson said to Hafiz, if women don't pick you, they are right. Fix yourself as a man. If men don't want to get married, they are right. Men offer that, therefore, women fix yourself. Then we have TY City, Uncut Underground, believes marriage doesn't benefit men. Starts with a wife school, or women. Blue Pill Unplugged. Men still want to build a strong, successful marriage, but watching women get cash and prizes for destroying marriages since 70s is making them cautious. Then we have Android Beto. He said the next podcast we should have tables, ladders, chairs, matches, CGA and TLA versus Hafiz and Ruslan with Adam Sosnick as the referee. Then we
Set it
have Leon 5, Leon, and he said, please, Adam, don't let Hafiz take too long making his point. Hafiz, you're
You
acting.
hear that, bro?
It's okay. Everybody has a different way
I
of
feel like
doing it.
everyone's getting equal opportunity here.
Yes. Then we have Hafiz. You are acting a lot smarter. Then they said another one, the man mindset, dating help for men. Please get some real men who can break this woman down. Women in a man's space is sad. They can't.
Man like Steve the Dean. Women in a man's space is sad. Can we get some real men in there to break it down? Shout out to Steve the Dean.
Never be about women.
Damn, Pearl, he's coming right at you.
Coming
Whoever
in
that is.
hot. Then we have another from TY City. There is no Neo Red Pill. What is Hafiz talking about?
See? What the hell is the Neo Red Pill? Nobody knows.
Pearl, never seen a female nature until last year. 2 clowns at the same circus.
Facts.
And we have
2 clowns at the same circus getting the abuse because they've done a terrible job, honestly. Really bad. Really bad. Really bad job.
Don Juan Playas, Zero. Sauce, you're awesome. Hafiz, what do you think about Rolo said about misleading young men? Pearl, Rolo said you're a hack. Any thoughts?
Ooh.
Then we have Darian Murphy.
So even Rolo knows, right? Pearl, honestly, just pearly things. I've said what I said about her. I think she's extremely lucky and intelligent in the way she's climbed the mountain.
This seems super one-sided. Then we have another one from Don Juan Plegacero. The red pill cannot be a praxeology because if it would contradict women's nature, Rolo in his ego has confused praxeology versus psychology. The actions we take against the reason why we don't do them. Then we have Sauce. We want to see lead attorney and Hafiz. Rediscover of your source. I just want to throw my vote in the conversation between Ruslan, Hafiz, Coach Greg, and lead attorney. Then we have Dean Treasier, $50. Thank you. The truth has no defense against Hafiz, who is determined to believe a lie. Jesus and Paul have told us better not to get married. Then we have another one from Don. He said, Rollo has destroyed by Shanti Smith when it came to hypergamy. How Rollo being listened when he can't argue against the therapist in psychology. And then someone said, osmosis, Hafiz questions are set up. The woman, another one from him as well. A woman can be right 1 to 7 and wrong 7 forever. Then we have Aaron Alliance. If you want more actual, if you all want more actual, well-respond or non-bitter content like this, join the standard through Hafiz's channel. Make 2023 great year to become your best.
Boom. All right, now let me pause it there. Why don't you table that? Unless
I've
you
got
have
2 more. You know,
two more. Go.
2 more. I'm trying. Okay.
We're going to do more super chats in a little bit.
Because they're going to come
thank
more.
you
I
guys
know
for
they
super
are.
chatting. Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys are testing my reading skills. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
The Naughty Bear, Pearl, I support you, Barry. I may have to come hyperbonate until the podcast starts back in 2023. Yes, very nice legs, Pearl. Adam, I don't have a manty. Last one. Greta is greater than Hafiz. That's the last one. And then I
Greta Steenberg. Hey, the Americans are funny, man.
will be
Greta.
reading the rest. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. We appreciate it all. Now let's get back to the show.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me set the tone. By the way, if anything that I think all can agree upon is we want to see men improve.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're in the male improvement space. I'm in the male, get your money right space and life will be better. You being a man, becoming a better man, becoming a better looking man, the standard of it there. You kind of want to educate men. And I just want to give a shout out to Nat.
No.
Do you not realize the reading skills that are improving? That's improvement right there,
Because of you
guys.
guys.
Why is she there? She can't read. Because she's pretty. Typical. She can't read. Everybody knows she can't read, but she's there. Why? Because she's attractive, interesting.
So I clown Nat that sometimes she can't read so good, but that's the definition of improvement. Keep reading, girl.
Thanks.
You were gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say, I would say my show's more about entertainment.
So I have a question for you before I know you had a
Wait,
question.
No, I get to go first. I was
Okay,
promised first
it's about
question.
that question.
How about
go
this?
Ahead, go ahead. It's about what you just
One
said.
time.
Yeah.
Listen, since you're all about entertainment, I want to entertain the audience.
All right.
Let's play a good old fashioned game of rock, paper, scissors. I'll say
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
The winner gets to make the first point. You ready?
Interesting. Is this Eagle? Sorry, I wanted to take the first question. Is it Eagle? I don't know.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Ah.
Double rock.
Oh,
Here it is.
I think we agree
Okay.
more on than
All right. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Can we go back to the content, guys? Some of us are getting restless here.
Shoot.
I'll let you answer.
What a
the
gentleman.
question.
Hafiz hit the rock. She hit the scissors. He's won, and he allowed her to go. Respect to Hafiz. Go ahead, Pearl.
I wanted to know, from a business perspective, would you encourage someone to sign a contract that the other person benefits from breaking?
From a business?
Yeah, if you took like from a business perspective.
So if I had a business partner who could break the contract, and then what does breaking
and they would benefit. They could take your most valuable asset.
and
If they broke the contract, they could take your most valuable
so
asset.
if I sign a contract and my business partner can take my most valuable asset, I wouldn't sign that contract. Continue.
Okay, that's marriage today. If you
Okay.
believe your kids are your most valuable asset.
I love
And I
this.
think that's more of the red pill. Like, I would say that's more of why men are walking away from marriage today.
I love this. So let's stay here because this is a fantastic. I have 2 questions. First, in your personal opinion, this is a separate question. What is your goal for your channel? Like, what are you trying to do? What is your purpose?
Hey, this guy, I like talking about deflecting.
For doing pearly things?
What is my purpose?
Yeah.
I would say it's mostly entertainment.
So you want to entertain?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I started the wife school because I was like, I really think as women we should listen to what the men are saying, and then
So
then
your show is
which I did start by the. Could
Listen,
I please get the?
No. I promise you, I wanted to do this. Shout you out for doing the wife school. And I saw parts of the first episode. It was classy. I like what you're doing. So I'm gonna give you. I told you when you do it, I'm gonna give you your props. Shout you out, Pearl, for real, for doing the wife school. I think it's gonna help a lot of people. So let's go ahead and talk about the.
But I just think I like entertainment because I feel like in entertainment, you can tell the like Sneeko always says, you tell about the truth about the world through funny, and I just think I was like, that's so true.
So
Okay,
Like
so
comedian, I feel like comedians are like almost.
But
Adam, you mind if I just?
I'm gonna stay right there, and we'll come right back to
Yeah.
you. It's not just entertainment. Entertainment, you could do video games. Like it's entertainment with a mix of what?
Oh, with a mix of like red pill concepts.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's red pill
But
entertainment.
I just try not to, because there's so many guys that I just think are like geniuses in the space. You know what I mean? I just look up to them a lot. So.
Oh wow, interesting. So is she trying to be humble, or she knows she's been exposed, or she knows that her knowledge is not at the level that it needs to be on this sort of platform? It sort of helps her that she's also with a donor for fees. However, I'm glad that she knows that she's not a Jedi Master in this game. She's just lucky, honestly. It's not hate. I'm extremely proud of what she's achieved. I think YouTube is a very hard game, and she's favored in the algorithm. But maybe she's being humble there, or maybe she knows actually I'm not as educated. And it's interesting how she says her channel is an educational channel or entertainment channel. Interesting.
I just try not to there's people that are like researchers. They're like very in depth,
Gotcha. So it's not just entertainment, because there's a lot of entertainment. It's red pill entertainment. Respect. Go ahead, Hafiz.
So to me, the business analogy you gave was totally irrelevant to any form of marriage conversation, because here's a fundamental reality. If a man wants to have a child, whether he has a baby mama, whether he has a wife, whether he has a girlfriend, whether he has a fiance, whether he has a rando, if she wants to take away custody of the child under certain circumstances, she can. So what people in the red pill to me do is they straw man that. They say, oh, if you get married, she can take away your kids. But if you hook up with girl down the street, she has your kid. There's no chance of taking it away. And so to me, putting that on marriage is a false correlation. Putting that on the laws today, if you're gonna say the laws today, but that's not a marriage problem, because in the Black community, 70% of people are born in single mother households. They're not even getting married in the Black community, and that's a huge problem. So going back to what I was saying, my desire is to help build up society and to give men the tools to which where your family doesn't end in divorce. But here's the reality. If you don't get married and you have a child, you've lost a child. There's no chance. And with going back to statistics, if you do the statistics, if you prepare, there's no guarantee. But
I almost thought he was going to make it without saying statistics.
But you greatly improve your odds, so you can be like Pearl's dad and my dad to raise your child. But if you're just gonna if you're not gonna get married, it's not the case. So my question to you is, 63%, according to the Bureau of Labor.
Oh, if I don't drop statistics, it doesn't make sense.
Statistics and also census data, we can pull it up later. 63%.
Natalie, please keep.
3% of men over the age of 15 have a child. So most
say that again.
So Natalia, you can go to the data real quick, because I want to be able.
63% of men
over the age of 15. Scroll down. Up. Men are fathers, right there. Should be right there. Yes.
Let me also say something. I think real guys that have game don't need statistics. I think real guys that know what they're saying comes from the brain, comes from the heart. It's natural, bro. I don't need to speak about dating relationships via reading an essay. Bro, I know what I'm saying. I trust what I'm saying. I believe in what I'm saying. This guy doesn't believe in what he's saying. He can't articulate himself without reading the board. Man, it's terrible. Really. Really bad.
So we can go ahead and scroll down right here. First is up, purple right there. About 61% of men, 74.7 million men, ages 15 and over are fathers. And of those, 72.2 million men have a biological child, according to the new Men's Fertility and Fatherhood 2014 report released today by the Census Bureau. So most men are going to be fathers. Most
Mhm.
men want to have children. My
Mhm.
question to you is, if marriage is a bad idea for men, what do you tell the most men who are going to have children? What should they do?
I don't give advice. Like, your channel's advice, Hafiz.
I know,
but
I'm
that's what
asking you
saying, but I'm
personally.
saying, I
We're
don't
having a
give,
conversation.
I know, but I'm
Is that a cope for Pearl so that she doesn't get held accountable? Hey, I don't give advice. I just regurgitate content. I'm a content creator who doesn't give advice, but I talk about dating and relationships for men. But I don't give advice though. Interesting.
saying that I'm not an advice channel. I don't advise men on how to live their lives. What I'm saying is you should be aware of the laws today and make a decision accordingly. And I think a lot of times, like when the red pill will say this law, that law, this, like girls are like this, and this, it's like they're just warning you.
So
And you
I'm
can do what
asking
you want with the information.
I
So
love it.
I'm saying it depends on the guy.
So my question to
Mhm.
you, because I want to talk to H, not Pearl, the YouTuber. I want to talk to H. You know who H is. I know who H is. Let's talk to H.
Okay.
So
I don't know age.
Yeah.
She knows who H is. H.
Bro, who the hell is H? H? Bruce. Bruce, who the hell is H? Can we get a H? A fees, bro. This guy's a clown.
Okay.
My question is, if a man came up to you, say, yo, I love your channel, I love what you do, I just want a piece of advice. I know marriage is a bad idea, but I want to have children. What can you give me any piece of advice? What would you give that man?
Personally, I don't give advice, Hafiz.
So you tell him
That's
nothing,
what
I gotta go?
I would say you should talk to the men in your life. Like, I just don't consider myself someone to like gives advice.
Yeah.
Like, that's not my channel. My channel isn't
I
to
said
like
you
advise.
as a person.
But I'm saying that's not me. I'm not giving advice on
What
how
if
to
your
live
son
their
asked you that
lives.
question and said, Mommy,
Talk to your dad.
okay, I love it. So the point,
but it's
go ahead.
interesting. Guys have a lot of interesting ways that they kind of try to get around it. So like one, I think his name's Aaron Cleary. I think that's who it is. He has his girlfriend pay the rent, and and they don't actually get legally married. So there's some law he can like avoid.
Wait, his girlfriend pays his rent.
Yeah, like legally. So her name's on the lease and everything. So
but then she can leave.
What do you mean?
If his girlfriend pays the rent and they have a kid, he can leave. She can leave. Same problem.
What do you mean?
So you said
no, I'm saying so she legally can't seize his assets.
But
in the case, that's what I was saying. So men have different ways of getting around the laws today.
I'm talking about the fatherhood thing, because your business example was losing your most precious asset. The most precious asset, as you communicated to me, was a child. So my question to you is that for men who want to have children, as most men want to have children, what would you say as an individual? So what happens, Adam, that I've noticed a lot of times in the space is they don't answer the question. So my question is, if we're giving...
But I don't give advice. And that's what I'm saying. Like, my channel is entertainment. So you're saying, give advice. Why don't you give it? But like, that's not what I do on my channel.
Me, if we're two human beings having
I just want to know what's true, what's untrue.
So,
and you could say like, and the point is the laws are bad for men. We don't even disagree on this. But you're like, I want to tell you guys how to do your channels.
No, I never said that.
Like that's that. I mean, you told me that last time when you're.
Oh, who's getting a little bit spicy? Someone's getting a little bit touchy, feminine. Drawing back on the last one, she wants this bit of smoke. I can feel it.
Tell me how to do wife school. And that's what like a lot of people on the other side will criticize us and be like, well, you should do it this way, you should do it this way. But our job, a lot of people, is entertainment. Mine is mainly entertainment. Other people have entertainment and education. It just depends on the channel. But I think it's important. We have 1 million channels of all the things that like women want from men and the problems with men. There's 1 million stuff. But then when the men do it, it's like we have to criticize and say that they're not doing it in the right way.
Listen, I believe all the men who are creating content to help men, I love it. I love it. I love every single thing. All I'm asking for is, once we know about the problems of women today, which we do,
they can go to a different channel.
Let me finish.
They can go to a different
Pearl,
channel.
can I finish?
Go ahead.
Can I finish, please?
Maybe.
Okay. So
since you said please.
Thank you so much. You're so kind to me. So to me, all I'm saying is,
me and the laughing. Me personally, bro, I'm not about that, bro. If a bitch be trying to interrupt me, I'll be giving her that look like, hey, sort of behave yourself. What you doing? You're not funny, not cute. Calm down. Your boy's laughing it off like, hey, feminine beta, bro. So bad.
that I just asked you that question as an individual. It's nothing to do with your channel. I was genuinely curious your position if you were to give someone advice. One of the biggest things that I do is I want to give men the best solutions to be successful. And what I find in finance advice, right? If someone's having a channel to help people financially, right? You have to give them some pieces of advice of here are best practices to do to be able to optimize your finances. So one of the biggest things is that when it comes to the fatherhood question, I'm just very curious from a red pill perspective, for a majority of men who want to have children, what are you telling those individuals to do? And if there's no advice, then are they just lost?
Do you think that men should listen to a woman more or a man when it comes to advice?
100,000% a man.
I agree.
I'm not talking.
So if you agree, then why are you in a man's space then? If you agree, then why are you doing what you're doing? This is what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. It's incongruent, bro. It doesn't make sense.
So I'm asking
even
you a
personally,
question.
I'm saying even in a personal situation, I agree. I think men should advise other men.
Yes.
So I'm saying this question's kind of.
So if men should advise other men, what are you doing on the stage? If the RP is to advise men, why are you there? Is it just me? Am I being too convoluted in it? She's exposed herself. Is it just me? Did I see it wrong?
Pointless.
Yeah.
Because even in person, like I just think men teach men better.
Okay. So
if I can answer.
So, but and this is why she says, I don't give advice. That's her cope, guys. That's her cope. Well, look, at the end of the day, I'm not giving guys advice. I'm just here. I'm just existing. Yeah, interesting. Maybe she studied law. Interesting.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like you do have an answer, and I feel like your answer is very simple. I think it's buyer beware. Just beware of what's going to happen. You don't have to be an advice person.
Why is the host coming to her aid?
To be like, look, before you get married, just buyer beware. I think that's something that you would abide by. I do want to give you credit on one thing, because when she asked the question, if you're going to get into business with somebody and you're going to sign a contract, but then your business partner can basically screw you over and take your business, would you sign that contract? You're like, hell no, I wouldn't sign that contract. I was like, oh damn, Hafiz, what's up? You got you, right? But then I think the point you made was actually very astute. You said, hey, listen, you don't have to get married to have a kid. You could knock up the girl on the street. It can be your baby mama. It can be a girlfriend. There's a million different things. And the reality is men are having kids. So whatever the red pill teaches you, whatever anybody teaches you, there's no way to prevent the crazy girl that you knocked up from doing something to take your kid away, aka your asset. So I guess what is your advice? Because Pearl's not going to answer this. That's fine.
100%.
And I respect the fact that she's like, I'm not a dude. I can't answer it. So I don't want to belabor the point. You want to have kids one day?
Of course.
Okay. So what advice would you give men?
So what's really interesting about this conversation is
this guy cannot answer questions directly. Oh, you must have studied politics. Bro, he asked you, what advice can you give men? Bro, and you're just, this is just, you know what type of people like talking? Women, feminine. This is it.
The things is I'm always trying to give men an opinion. A lot of this advice we give behind the scenes. I'm going to give one piece of advice, but I don't give all the advice. I don't want anyone watching it and changing some of the laws. So when you really study custody laws, and I've been studying recently, when do men get custody? One of the primary reasons why women win custody battles is because women spend more time with the child when it's younger. So what the divorce from my
because a lot of times you have to breastfeed. That's just
so what the judge is going to do is the judge wants to continue to stop the child's standard of living, right? So the judge wants to ensure that the child's his living is not disrupted very much. So if the child is spending 90% of the time, hypothetically speaking, with the mom because dad is going to work and she's taking care of it, taking it to the hospital, different things like that, they're going to award it. So one of the things that I've noticed when a lot of my friends who've actually received custody, one of the things that they did is that they've made sure that they spend equal amount of time with the child as much as possible during infancy. So there's a lot of small things you can do. If knowing all your child's doctors, go as best as possible, being able to go to the doctor's visits. 2, later.
Bro, this guy. I would love to know the word count. How many words has he actually stated? Must be clocking about 100,000.
At night when a child is up, you take care of the child as well. So and then the third thing, which is the most important thing, is to be able to have that child be very accustomed to your family. So instead of, the child, her mom babysitting, if your family is babysitting, if the child is always around your family and the natural and the most consistent environment the child is being around is your personal family, it's very hard for you to have zero custody. And so those are some of the things that I've noticed, some of the things I researched, and there's a lot more things as well. And the only reason I brought that up is because it's so easy, Adam, and everyone does this cop out. I don't give advice. I'm Charles Barkley. I don't give advice. I don't give advice. I just give you the information.
Yeah, facts. Tell her. I agree, Hafiz. Tell her. It's a code.
But you don't give all the information, so you just give some of the information. But my biggest
90%.
Excuse me?
90% of the time they don't get custody. Only 5 states have 50-50 custody laws.
So
I understand there's reasons for it, but by and large,
let me finish, Pro, because you interrupted me. So what happens is so my thing is, let's analyze the data. Why do they get custody, right? And then give men the tools. Say, hey guys, here are 7. Whenever these guys go to the divorce court or whatever custody court, and they lose, here's the things that they say. Now men use this to be able to improve your life and to protect you. Recently, one of my guys had a child out of wedlock. He was very heartbroken by it. We got him with a lawyer. We connected him with information, and we told him exactly what he needs to do to protect himself as much as possible. It is so easy to just say, I give the information, but so many men need additional support. And my biggest thing is that I want to give men the tools to win. If that's not other people, that's not other people. But what I want in the future is, let's give men more tools to win at life instead of just pointing about the issues.
But yet you haven't laid out anything. Let's give men the tool. Okay, bro, give us some tools then. Give us something. You're just talking summary, but you're never give us concrete tools without statistics. Give us something
today. You want to add to that?
Which is fine. Your self-improvement channel, that's fine. But that's what I'm saying. There's different roles for different people. So, okay, be a self-improvement channel. That's fine.
Listen,
but it's like, why are you going to these people and saying this is how you should run your channel?
Who's these people?
You just were saying this is what we should do.
When did I say that?
Literally the last episode. We should be giving advice, or you should be saying, we want to give people the tools.
Yeah, this is a touchy one for her. She keeps going back to last episode. Interesting. Holding a grudge, is she?
Okay,
but
so
you told me you're giving the people the tools. That's what you just said. You're just giving the people the tools. They're free to do what they want. That's what you just said.
No, I said my channel's about entertainment. That's what I said.
No, not you, but you said in regards to Red Pill, you said they're just giving people the facts and giving them the tools.
No, I said Red Pill is the study of human behavior.
Yeah, but you also brought it up. But let's not get lost in the sauce.
No,
I'm not telling.
I'm not in the sauce. Okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah, welcome to Sauce. That's a free plug right there.
Shout out Sauce Cast, get lost in the sauce. So to me, you
guys are serious. She's offended. He's trying to play it off, but I think maybe he wins that point. But she's not happy with it, I'm sure.
But the biggest thing is that what I'm really excited about, Adam, and I would love to spend more time doing this, is that there's so many men today who are hurting, going through difficulties, going through obstacles. They want to make money. I love what you're doing about making money. They want to have a family. They want to be able to live a legacy. Let's give those men more tools, and let's give men more practical advice. That's my rule of thumb. Let's learn from men who have healthy marriages, men like your father, men like Patrick Bet-David. I've learned so much about parenting and being a husband from Patrick and Dr. Peterson. So to me, I'm all about let's give the men solutions, because just simply knowing about the problem does not give you a better life. And that's what I want to see all of us do in this conversation.
I mean, I think knowing about the problem can help men avoid mistakes in the future. So I think self-improvement's fine. that's if you want to do self-improvement, that's great. But red pill is the study of human behavior. So that's like just a
So
completely
let's
different.
clarify. Let's clarify. So let's say red pill is a study of human behavior. So let's say we have a red pill alien, right? So if
A
the
red pill alien?
yes. Can we play the game?
Okay. All right.
So we have a red pill alien, right? So all he wants to do is study human behavior.
Bro, the look that she gave him. In fact, I need to see myself how I looked at the screen when he said red pill alien. The guy's not serious. This is an adult. He's 31 years of age. Can we play the game, please? And this guy has a wife. Oh my God.
Adam,
Oh.
human behavior, I assume it's going to be men and women, right? So therefore, if the man was just studying, the alien was just studying human behavior, he will study the behavior of men and the behavior of women. He will study the good in men and the good in women, the bad in men, the bad in women, the ugly in men, the ugly in women. He will do both. So to me, what you would see if it's truly a study of human behavior is what Dr. David Butts did. So I would challenge anyone to read any red pill book and then read Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Butts, read any of the Understanding Human Sexuality textbooks, and they do a great job. The good, the bad, and ugly in men, the good, bad, and ugly in women. Versus what I've seen happen at times with some content creators where it's literally 90% women. So to me, if you're calling it the study of female nature, I love it. But let's not call it the study of human nature because it's not equally criticizing both parties.
I would like to say they've talked about things like saying that women are socially inept to men. So I've heard them say positive things about women. I mean, you know how the internet works. The more controversial stuff, negative stuff.
I never said they didn't say positive things about women.
You said that they don't study both sides, the good and the bad. And
so they're equally studying both sides?
They study both sides.
Are they equally studying both sides?
I would say certain things go viral more.
Are they equally studying both sides, yes or no?
I would say that, the research and develop, yes.
Okay, so
that's one thing that's very clear. Your boy is too emotionally invested. He's just too emotional, isn't he? Let's be honest. Just too emotional, bro. I think, well, he made a great point. Maybe he's got energy again. I don't know, but he's probably spoken 80%, 85%, 90% of this show. 5% for the host, 5% for Pearl. This guy talks a lot.
I would challenge anyone, go to any Red Pill channel, to go to the past 40 videos, analyze all those videos, and tell me what the topic is about. Watch the video, tell me the theme, and tell me which one they're studying. But go ahead, Adam.
I mean, I also would like to say, like,
I agree that he's made a great point. With Red Pill, they make it about the woman. Everything to do with women. Game is everything to do with the man. So he made a good point there. Most Red Pill content is tailored to how to attract the woman. So it's fair. He wins that point now.
There's a million channels that talk about what women want from men and vice versa. It's just not the same. So I think, again, the Red Pill, the stuff about women go viral more because it's just not that talked about.
I'm not talking about the viral content.
Don't interrupt me. I thought we weren't interrupting.
I'm sorry. Please, That's on me. That's on me. Don't interrupt. That's on me.
Let's just make a rule here. If someone,
even his reaction there when he interrupted her, all this playing up, smacking himself like a baby, submissive bitch-like behavior. And this guy has how many followers, bro? This is what I mean. Like, there's so many simps in the world that the world's run by simps, man. Simps make her big. Simps make him big. How is this guy a massive content creator? Make it make sense to me. You've watched him for 1 hour, 12 minutes. How is this guy big? How has he got so many followers? I don't get it, honestly.
Speaking, make your point, but make it quick so the other person doesn't feel the need to interrupt. That's for both of you. Pearl, you go. Hafiz, don't interrupt. When Hafiz is speaking, don't interrupt. And I will that way I don't even need to talk. You guys do your thing. So Pearl, it's your turn.
I lost my train of thought. I forgot but I think I was just saying, like, again, the stuff about men is known more, I would say, than about women. So that's why that stuff goes viral, because this type of content is new. But if you read it,
what? This type of content is new. Is she deluded?
like, yeah, they study both sides.
Here's what I want to do. There's like 10 more topics I want to get to. I feel like we've spent a lot of time talking about the pros, the cons of marriage, pros and cons of red pill respect. I feel like you guys are doing great. Do me a favor, just dap each other up real quick, just so we can just get one dap. This is it. That's
Yo,
it. That's
Pearly,
men and
man,
women.
I
That's
enjoy
black and
talking
white.
to
That's
you.
it. That's up and we're all here.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yo, Birdie, I enjoy talking to you. No, bro, you enjoy flapping your gums at her. It's not even a conversation. It's just you lecturing, pouring.
Rainbow.
Pearl, what I want to actually talk to you about is, this is something that I'm very obsessed with these days, is the role of a man and a role of a woman in society today. There's no doubt that what is happening is that women are becoming way more non-traditional, modern women, whereas they still want a traditional man.
Right.
This is, I don't think that's even a controversial topic. So in your opinion, obviously you're more of a traditional woman. You're not a feminist whatsoever.
I wouldn't say I'm traditional. I feel like traditional is a 22-year-old virgin. I wish I was, but I wouldn't say I'm traditional.
All right. So then break that down. And what do you think is the ideal role for a woman in society?
Interesting. She says she's not traditional. Interesting. I wonder how many people knew that. Because the way she talked, you think that she wasn't getting dick in mouth.
Today, with all the pressures that come with feminism and working and being a boss babe and marketing and you can be any weight you want to be. I know it's a loaded question, but what is in your opinion, the role of a woman today?
What do I think the role of a woman today should be? I think women should follow men's leadership. So I would say the ideal relationship is where you're following a man's lead.
So, but are you following a man's lead?
She says this, but I think she has to say it because of the space that she's in. It'll be interesting. Let's see.
Right now?
I'd like to be.
Okay.
But no, I'm single.
Yeah,
I will say I follow my dad.
I'm single. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Interesting. I wonder why you're single, pal. Not the fact that when things don't go your way in a conversation, you start to take offense and you hold grudges. I'm just saying.
Like I would say but that's not a relationship. That's I mean,
But so you're saying that the role of a woman. So Natalia over here, she's a 25-year-old girl.
21.
All right.
21.
Apparently. All right. Any woman that's watching us out there, you're saying that their role should be to latch onto a man and just follow his lead. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, ideally, yes.
But okay, so dude, as a dude,
a guy you trust, that's be a good, it's gotta be a good.
And listen, as a dude, selfishly, I'm like, hell yeah, Pearl.
Yeah.
You bitches fall in line, follow my lead. I get it. But there's gonna be a lot of women out there that are like, what are you talking about? I'm 18 years old. I'm 21 years old. I don't even have a man. I'm going to school. I'm trying to make something out of my life. I've been encouraged to get an education, get a job, not rely on a man. That's what a lot of women have been told by their mother.
Okay, let's see where he goes with it first. Hold on.
Their grandmother, by whoever. So put yourself in the shoes of a 21-year-old girl. And Pearl, I kind of selfishly like your answer, but what would you say to a 21-year-old girl out there who's like, what do you mean follow a man? I don't have a man and I want to make something of my life. What would your counter argument to that be?
I mean, you can do what you want. I just think outcome wise, I just don't think women are generally happy when men follow them. So if you
it's true. I'm not gonna say I've got 7 girls in my rotation at the moment. But I'm gonna say I've got a good amount. I need 2 hands to count them. And you tend to find that when you tell them to plan, it's awkward for them. When you tell them to take initiative just to test their level of interest, they struggle. She doesn't want to say it, but she does, or she needs to what's the word I'm looking for? To regain some respect in this facade of a debate, should we say. It's important that women follow men. Well, subjective. She's made a great point. Outcome. If a woman can follow a man's lead from early, it's better for her. The older she is and the less she struggles, or if she does struggle to follow a man's leadership, it's not going to be favorable for her. It's not going to be favorable for her. And I think that's what she's trying to say here. It's funny. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Let's see what she goes with. Let's see.
Like, how else would you be in a relationship? Someone's got to lead, someone's got to follow.
Yeah, facts. The man should lead. If he doesn't lead, the woman will play his role poorly, and she will lead him out of that relationship.
Yeah.
So,
But I feel like that's step 2.
okay.
So hear me out. I feel like step 2 or step 3 is, all right, cool. Step 1 would be like be a normal functioning element of society, be a contributing member of society, go to school, get good grades, be a good person, like get to class, get an education, get a job. Like this is normal society. And then once you're there, step 2 would be like maybe meet somebody. Step 3 is maybe you have a boyfriend. Maybe.
Does the host know that Pearl can't give advice? She doesn't give advice, guys. So sometimes the questions you're asking, you have to rephrase them for her. She can't give advice.
Step 4, maybe you get engaged, married, cool.
Okay.
But step 1, before you're at step 3 or step 4, is you got to have a role in society
asking
today.
me for advice, and I don't
But
get
this isn't advice, bro. You're a girl.
No, okay.
Like,
I mean, she has to get a job to eat.
The maddest cope. I can't give advice. I can't answer questions, guys. So I can't give advice. It's shocking behavior. Just laziness, uneducated, easy cope.
So you still have to get a job.
Okay, so go there. So go say, hey, if your advice is, hey, get good in school, get good grades, and get a job, that's a decent starting point.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, I see what you're saying. Follow a man.
Do you know what's the most disappointing thing? I don't want to call her a fraud, but I'm disappointed. I thought she had more about her. And clearly, when she's not in her space or she's not in control of the situation, she's not good. I've seen enough of her to, based on this debate, that she doesn't flow. And maybe she hasn't spoken a lot because she hasn't got a lot to say. However, I don't like the structuring of the debate, first of all. I think the guy should have like clear 10-minute blocks, 20-minute blocks for each topic. Because we've spoken about marriage, technically. We spoke about the definition of RP. And then your boy has just been speaking about his plans to change and promote marriage, basically. But yeah, I'm disappointed with Paul's performance. Honestly, I thought she had more, but then what do you expect when you have a woman in a male space? Having said that, Hafiz, your boy, is probably more feminine than her.
Figure out what type of guys you want and where are they.
Okay, there we go.
You know what I was thinking? I got box seats the other day. Shout out Dad.
Okay.
Dad. And I was thinking, I was like, it'd be so interesting if you wanted to like get, if you were into rich guys, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
which most women are, but okay, go ahead.
I was like, you could be one of the girls that serves the dessert in the bar carts. I'm like, 2 birds, 1 stone, baby.
Okay,
so like, who are the guys you want? Where are they?
Come look at this, bitch. Come look at this.
So, by the way, I'm glad that I pressed you a little bit because your answer of just follow a man sounds great in theory, but it's not realistic.
Well, you have to find I think step before that would be where are the guys you want.
Okay, so let's stay there for a second, Pearl. This is good stuff.
Yeah,
this is actually advice for women, but also advice for men because I want to get your perspective on the flip side. You're saying, hey, listen,
this is silly. Women are never going to follow men. They'll position themselves in certain scenarios. Maybe that's what they're trying to say. Will they follow you? No, they won't. It's like you saying a woman's going to approach you 9 times out of 10. It's not the case. She might watch you. She might check you out, bro. She might think you're attractive. But the balance of probability, she's never going to make that first move, bro. It's like you on a date, bro. Unless she's for the streets, unless she's low-hanging fruit, bro, she's never going to. So I don't know what they're saying here, personally.
The number one priority a woman should have is secure a high value man. Is that essentially your answer? You're saying,
bro, don't put words into her mouth, bro. She can't give advice.
follow a man to lead. So you want him to be.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be. I mean, high value is like what, 5% of men. So find a guy. find a guy that you trust. I mean,
Well,
again,
your advice isn't follow some loser. You want him to be a good
okay,
man.
Okay, fine.
I'm not. This isn't a
Yeah,
gotcha question.
yeah.
Find a man.
Mhm.
So your advice is, hey, where do high value men hang out?
Uh-huh.
AKA box seats at the game.
Yeah.
All right, cool. But I like your advice. It's
Mhm.
find out what type of man you want and put yourself in a position to find that type of man,
Mhm.
and then find that man, and then be the COO to his CEO.
Mhm. Mhm.
Right? Men lead, women follow.
Mhm.
Is that essentially? I know you don't give advice, but that's kind of the praxeology that you're.
This host is just putting words into her mouth, bro. She's not holding anything you're putting out, bro. Stop forcing it.
You're conveying.
No, that wouldn't be a praxeology.
All right,
That would be an advice channel.
Okay, that would be
yeah.
advice.
That'd be wife school.
That'd be wife
that's actually
school.
going to be an episode on wife school.
Okay, so let's go to wife school.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to be a good wife?
Again, the wives do. But I would just say, like, in that perspective, like, you talk about where the guys you want. So first, you probably have to look at like income demographics. So if you have a certain income, you look where are they, and then go how do you get them. I mean, I think that's just.
I have a question, if you don't mind. Do you want to get married?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if a man is like, let's say a man loves your content,
Mm-hmm.
he's hearing like marriage is a terrible decision for men today.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he want to marry you?
I mean, I'm okay with not getting legally married. That's fine.
Okay. Is your dad okay with that?
Nah, he doesn't care. He kind of says, live your life.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I see what you did there. It's actually a good question. She wants to get married, but also she's kind of
I'm
like.
okay with just like a ceremony or something. I mean, I'd like to like do a ceremony ideally, but I would understand, like, honestly, if a guy didn't want to do the legal, like, I know so much about it. And I think if I was in a guy's point of view.
So you want him to do like the ceremonial marriage?
I mean, I did. Why do we go personal though? It's like,
I'm just curious.
Yeah, okay,
I want to learn about you.
Okay.
She doesn't like it when it's about her. Interesting. Subconsciously, she's feeling that pressure. I don't know why she's feeling awkward. Well, you've asked her about marriage. Maybe she doesn't get the attention that she feels she wants, or maybe she's not. Maybe she doesn't really like being the center of attention. Interesting. When it's about her and her situation, not as confident.
We're friends now, right?
Are we?
Yeah, I thought we were.
Everyone's getting along here. We're cool. All right. Same question to you.
Yeah.
You're married now. I assume, being the type of person that has gone through this growth pattern and actually improved. And you said when you were 18, 19, struggling, getting no girls, making no money, you got to the point now where you've developed the roommates and other standard, and you were able to lock down a beautiful wife. And that's amazing. The same question to you is, what do you think the role of a modern woman should be?
I think the role of a modern woman should be to fulfill her purpose that God has given her. And for a lot of women, that purpose is going to be some man's wife, not every woman. So to me, I think it's to fulfill that purpose. And most women's purpose is to be a wife to a husband. The challenging thing is, I want to clarify something. Every man does not need to be married. I'm not forcing men to be married. If you don't want to get married, you're free to not get married. So at the same time, if there's a woman who's disagreeable, one of these knuck if you buck, the girls that you obviously talk about on your show, she shouldn't get married. Right? She shouldn't get married because she's so disagreeable. She's so damaged. She has so many issues. And so to me, I think it's to figure out what that is. And then based upon that decision, then you pursue it. Right. So that's what I think I would say for modern women today.
Guys, listen, the stream's been about 2 hours, man. I'm going to stop it here. We've done about half of the interview. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching me react to it. I would say both of them, obviously, I respect both of them for what they do, and as I said before, YouTube is a massive thing, massive. To be big on YouTube, it's probably the hardest platform to blow up on. So I respect them both for being content creators. However, are they educated on Red Pill content? No, they're not. Are they even good at what they do in terms of dating relationships? I don't think so. Hafiz looks to me like he has a bit of an ego. He's definitely feminine. and he just talks way too much. He loves his voice, but he doesn't add the value that he thinks he adds. Maybe he reads a lot, and so he believes he has more knowledge than what he portrays on the screen. But for me, very feminine, doesn't have a clue about red pill content or red pill ideology, in my opinion. But I respect him, and good luck to what he needs to do in the future. And I hope whatever philosophy he's pushing in regards to making men better, he fulfills. Regards to Josh Pearly things, I think I summarized early at the beginning of the stream. I think she's extremely intelligent and favored in the algorithm, and she ran with it. I think she saw an opportunity in the market, and she just ran with it. But today, you've seen her exposed for what she is. I don't want to call her a fraud, but she's not educated on these matters whatsoever. And the cope of I don't give advice is a very smart one, but when you put her around people that know what they're talking about in this game of love and romance that we play, she'll get exposed now. And yeah, not impressed with her at all. But good luck to her. That was my take, guys. As always, keep learning, keep growing, keep leveling up. And I will see you, Donnies, in the next one. And if there's another video, bro, let me know, man. Subscribe. See you in the next one, man.